I think it's time to start the Sport Ball podcast.
Sport Ball.
Sport Ball. Sport Ball. What is it? It is episode 8.
Ocho
Cinco.
I miss Chad Ochocinco.
Chad.
Chad Ochocinco was fun. I miss Antonio Brown. No, I do not miss Antonio Brown.
I
See what he's doing now?
I miss pre-CTE.
I see. You see what he's doing now? He literally is selling T-shirts with him and Giselle on it. He's selling it on Twitter. He's all about it.
He's all about the bread.
No, he said it is, and it's in like a horrible font that says "boomin'." He's like, business is booming.
Dude, he had someone make that shirt. There was like some 20-year-old kid, and he was just like, I don't know, fucking do whatever.
Just do whatever you want with it.
Do whatever you want.
It should have been the picture of his blurred out in the pool.
And
I gotta find that
right
picture.
there.
Yeah, Giselle right there.
about.
Yo, speaking of pictures, I want to give a quick shout out to the Wisconsin volleyball team. They're a great program.
Hey, they won the championship.
Yeah, they won the championship. That's
all we're talking about.
And they won.
That's all we're talking
hearts.
about.
And they also won our hearts.
Hey, you know what? I'm gonna say right now, I think I'm invested in that program.
Mm-hmm.
I want I want to go there.
Dude, I was trying to buy a ticket, but apparently they all sold out. Like
Dude,
2 days ago.
Season
I don't know
tickets
what
are
happened.
gone.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. That's
But
weird.
yeah, I think they're going to be one of the most supported teams in America.
Yeah.
Yep.
So shout out to them. Shout out to the. We'll get to them later, but shout out to the Carolina Panthers for that. So that was fun. I was there. What? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, dude. Ryan just found the blurred picture of Antonio Brown. It's like they did not do anything with blurring that picture like that.
No.
But yeah, speaking of Ryan, he's here on the podcast.
Ryan.
Yeah, me.
Ryan is back. Who else is here?
Hey, Ron.
Yeah, Aaron's here, and then it's just me, Dom. It's just
Dookie.
Yeah, Dookie us. But just us three this week, but I think we're going to be able to keep it rolling. We're going to change some things up here on the Sport Ball podcast this week. We're actually going to do some football last. We want to encourage our viewers to try to continue viewing into the video a lot later. So that's pretty cool there. We had 22 views on the last episode, so that was pretty cool. We want to keep that up. We've been consistently getting about 20, 25 views. So that's been pretty cool there.
So thanks to the homies watching that one.
Yeah, thanks to you guys for watching these. We really enjoy doing it, so we're just going to keep doing the way we're doing.
So we're still going to get video here soon.
We're trying, hopefully towards the end of the year.
Well,
So.
I get a check tomorrow, so I can go out and buy a camera. Because we said before the end of October.
I mean, we can go to like Goodwill and shit. Just get a
I'm not going to Goodwill. Unless we want
We'll
to
end up looking like Antonio Brown.
We should get like
an 80s camera, do it on VHS.
VHS, dude, and like find a way to, or not VHS, but just get like an old camcorder
and put it up on the YouTube.
That'd be cool.
We could do that.
We should do that.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Word.
Well, yeah. That's Sport Ball. Well, that's the end. We're done.
That's it. All right, thanks for joining this week.
Short
Sport
episode. Hopefully everyone listened to 100% of it. But no, we're going to first start out with teams that are moving on to their championship round. The Philadelphia Phillies go ahead and hand the Padres a 4-1 almost gentleman sweeps there. I definitely was there watching Bryce Harper as he hit that 2-run home run to put the Phillies back on top.
That was dope.
That was such a fucking cool hit.
That's a cool moment.
That was a cool moment for him finally getting into the World Series because obviously he went to the Phillies the year before the the Washington Nationals won the World Series. So.
Yeah, they beat the Astros.
Yeah. So Astros Phillies in the World Series there. The Astros sweep the Yankees just like they swept the who? Who'd they sweep before the Yankees?
Marlins?
No, Mariners.
Oh yeah, it was the
Mariners.
you were closer than I thought.
Yeah. So they swept the Seattle Mariners. So. Hopefully that trend does not continue. I am definitely a hardcore. I like the Phillies, as you can see. I have the fanatic up there. So I'm a big Phillies fan. Don't really care too much about baseball, but when the Phillies are good, I care. So there we go.
Philly's got a hot bat right now
Dude,
in the playoffs.
They do. Bro, they've been hitting home run left and right. This is like the most home runs I think I've ever seen in the playoffs.
They're plus 195.
They've
the
been
World
dick
Series.
slapping some dingers.
So they're not favored to win.
Phillies are not favored to win.
Okay, I didn't think so. I would think the Astros are definitely favored.
The Phillies are a 6 seed, and
Yeah, the Astros are a 1 seed.
Astros are Yeah, they were 1 seed in the.
Who's the 1 seed in the NL? Was it the?
It was the
Dodgers.
Dodgers.
Yeah, I was
Dodgers
saying.
also had best record in the league.
Damn.
They had like 106 wins, maybe. I think Astros ended up with like 101 or 102.
Yeah, so first pitch is on Thursday for that World Series. I'm taking the Phillies. I think they're going to keep the hot bat continue. I think it's going to go to a 7 game. Usually the World Series does. We've seen that a lot in the past that the World Series goes to 7 games. So I think the Phillies are going to win in 7. What about you, Aaron?
I think as much as I want the Phillies to win, I think the Astros are going to win another one. I don't want them to, but that's just kind of how I'm feeling.
Yeah, Astros are 7-0, and they haven't been hitting the ball well. It's not going to keep up. They're still pitching very well. I got Astros at 5. Sorry to tell you, bud.
No, I mean, like I said, definitely you can see why the Astros are favored. I mean, they are the number 1 seed in the American League. But I do like to see if the Phillies can keep this continued streak. I've seen nothing but good pitching by them. I think they had one bad game against the Padres where they had the pitching got out of control, and it was in the first inning.
Yeah.
The dude pitched like 22 pitches, and it was 4-0 at the end of the first inning. But then the Phillies wound up winning that game 10-6. So they have really hot bats.
And the Phillies have 2 great pitchers at the top of their lineup.
Yeah, they do.
They got Wheeler and that other dude.
Yeah, the other dude.
Yeah, that other guy. He's my favorite.
Dude, it's so weird.
I like that
used
guy.
to know, like back in 2009 when they won the World Series with like Ryan Howard and all them, I used to know every single player on that team.
What about Holiday?
Yeah, Roy Halladay and
Yeah,
all
keep
of
him
them.
out of planes.
Yeah, you do need to keep him out of the planes. But
It's not a problem.
no, it was like Jimmy Rollins, Ryan Howard, Chase Utley, all of them, man. They were all, what was it, Shane Victorino. So I knew that entire team. But now I could only name like Rhys Hoskins, Bryce Harper,
Kyle Schwarber.
Jean Segura. That's about it.
Tom Segura.
Brandon Frazier.
Tom Segura.
Thomas.
That's a comedian.
No,
Tom
Jean, or something.
Billy Jean.
Jean. Not Tom
Levi's
Segura. Jean Segura.
Tom Segura.
Gene Simmons.
Yeah, he's the shortstop.
Oh, he's. No, he has a podcast.
Yeah,
Two
Segura.
Bears.
Two Bears.
Two Bears. The Two Bears podcast.
It's a great podcast.
No, not him. I'm talking about the shortstop
Oh.
for the Phillies. I think Altuve's having a horrible hitting season, isn't he? Like in the playoffs.
Yeah,
He's like 0 for 27 or something.
He was
is
0 for
not hitting.
27 going into Game 4. I don't know if he got a hit in Game 4, but it didn't matter because they won.
Yeah, so I mean, whatever. Like the team wins, but I would just say Jose Altuve not having a good playoff there. But Bryce Harper definitely deserving of the NLCS MVP.
Yeah.
So yeah, he was definitely brought a lot of energy to the Phillies.
I mean-
I think it definitely helped them that they had home field.
Yeah, but they also, Bryce Harper showed up in more than just Game 5. He's been hitting dingers.
Dude, he's been hitting dingers all playoffs. But so yeah, just a little bit of MLB news there. I'm gonna be rooting for the Phillies. I hope they win. So that's that.
Yeah.
Well, we should move into the NHL here. So Aaron, go ahead and take it away. What we got tonight? Well, actually, what games we got tonight?
So tonight, the full list, starting at 7 o'clock, was the Stars, Bruins, Coyotes versus the Blue Jackets, Wild versus the Canadiens, the Devils versus the Red Wings, the Avalanche and the Rangers. That's one of the games we're going to focus on.
That's at 8.
Yeah, that's 8. The Panthers and Blackhawks, Penguins and Flames is the second game we're going to focus on. Sabres versus the Kraken, Golden Knights versus the Sharks, and Lightning versus the Kings. So going back to that Avalanche versus Rangers game, I think this is really interesting game.
Well, obviously, yeah, the Avalanche coming off the Cup.
Coming off the Cup, and I think the Rangers, they were in the Eastern Cup Finals, so this could have potentially been the Stanley Cup matchup from last year. So it'll be interesting to see how this one plays out. I'm going to go with the Rangers in this game.
Yeah, the Rangers are not having the best of the start of the season. They're down there in 5th place in the Metropolitan. So I'm gonna have to go with. I'm sorry, who are we talking about here?
Avalanche.
The Avalanche. Yeah. We're gonna definitely have to go with the Avalanche. I just think that they're gonna have a better game tonight. But you never know with hockey. The other night I was looking up. I think it was the Jersey Devils and who are they playing?
Capitals.
The Caps, yeah. At one point it was 2-1, then I looked up, it was 5-1. I was like, what in the world is going on in this game? But yeah, so I'm going to take the Avalanche tonight. Ryan, what you got?
I like the Avalanche because the Broncos are bad.
Yeah, let's ride, baby.
Word.
That's my only reasoning.
Okay. All right. And then the second game we're gonna focus on.
I think the Broncos are so bad that they have like this negative gravitational pull on the rest of Denver sports. So you're gonna see the Avalanche repeat. You're gonna see the Nuggets win the NBA Finals, and you're gonna see the Colorado Rockies go 162-0 next season.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm processing the first sentence of that entire phrase that you had there.
The gravitation.
Yeah, you said the negative gravitational pull.
Yeah.
Why'd you say negative? That was all positive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
See, I catch up on this kind of stupid shit like that. But yeah.
Listen, you teach, I slice. I slice meat. You're lucky I can form a sentence.
Oh God, you killed him. And then
Yeah.
Okay, so the second game we're gonna focus on. It's gonna be the Pittsburgh Penguins at the Calgary Flames, and
Fuck the Penguins.
I
I hate Sidney Crosby.
Fuck the Penguins.
Yeah,
he is a
fuck the
bitch.
Penguins.
He is a bitch. But the
I hate
Penguins,
Sidney Crosby.
the Penguins are up to a hot start this year.
Mm-hmm.
So are the Flames.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with the Flames with this one. They beat Carolina at home in overtime. Shout out to Carolina. They're having a great season as well. They just don't play tonight. But yeah,
Not shout out Nick. He lost a lot of money on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah.
I'm going to take the Flames in this one. I think they're going to be Stanley Cup Finals favorites there. They're definitely one of the best in the Western Division. So I'm going to take the Flames.
So do you want like real analysis, or do you want another joke?
Go with the joke.
You can give us
I-
some dookie analysis, dude.
Yeah, I mean, if you want analysis, you weren't going to get it from me. I don't know anything about hockey. Not anymore, at least.
Not anymore, yeah.
No.
Like a bartender, they're still
yeah.
playing.
I'm pretty sure I heard this guy. He's pretty good. I don't know if he plays or not. His name's like Wayne Gretzky.
He was okay. Like
Yeah, he
back
was
in the
okay.
day.
Played for the LA Fitness, I think.
LA. Oh yeah, I
I
remember.
thought he played for the Average Joes.
So global warming is a real critical issue, and in more than just America these days. So because of it, I think the Flames are going to melt the Penguins.
Makes sense. It would have been better if the Flames were playing the Avalanche.
Yeah, but listen, Antarctica's melting. That's where the Penguins live.
Penguins.
Yeah, the Penguins.
Penguins. What about the Kraken? I wonder what the Kraken should play. Yeah, but
They're playing the Sabres. Two teams that,
surprising right now.
yeah, a little surprising. They're both kind of middle of the pack early on, but all you need is a little momentum early.
Some other teams that are kind of surprising me this year, not the Phillies, the
Flyers.
Flyers.
Well, the
Flyers
Phillies
are sitting right there in third place in the Metropolitan. I don't know if that's going to last.
Probably won't.
Probably won't, but they're definitely up there. And then the Bruins are in the top of the Atlantic Division, but the Sabres are in third place. Are they finally going to turn this shit around?
No.
No? Aaron, why not? Why are we not going to turn this around?
I just don't believe in them yet. They're all too young. They're still like the youngest team in the NHL. I think they're just up to a hot start. I think it's a fluke.
And the Lightning all the way down there, second to last.
Yep.
They're an old team. They got a lot of miles on those skates.
They do, man. They've been
playing a lot of games
A lot
for
of
a lot
games.
of seasons.
That's what happened to the Warriors. So, and then in the Western, we got the Stars at the top.
That's a surprise.
Very big surprise. And the Golden Knights at the top as well.
Also a surprise.
Um,
Those teams will not be. They might be like wild card teams by.
a team that's not surprisingly at the bottom are the Canucks and the Yotes.
Canucks have lost all 7 of their games.
Yes, they
Just
have.
2 of them happen to be in overtime.
It's not a good day to be a Yucks fan.
No.
A Canucks fan.
No, it's not.
I think they should bring back their old V-shaped striped jersey.
I really like the Yotes alternate this year. They're what is it? Reverse retro.
Yeah,
They
the
look
reverse
really cool.
retro is nice with the
Fucking
orange and
jersey
shit.
for you.
Oh yeah. But yeah, so that is the NHL. Any news? Anything big?
Shout out
going
to
on?
Phil Kessel for tying the Ironman record tonight. If he plays, he'll beat it. He'll have his 990th consecutive start, which is just ridiculous. He's beating out Keith Yandel. He retired the start of this season, so yeah, just shout out to Phil Kessel. Man's a beast. He's like the most accountant-looking player in the NHL, bud.
Hey, shout out to the Red Wings for having the only team with no regulation losses. I think that's pretty cool. You know, Detroit sports kind of are dookie. We were all on the Detroit hype train, and some of us have fallen off. But, you know.
Yeah. Can't fall off when I never got on.
Yeah, facts.
That is true.
Even though I did have him sneaking in, I think, in my wild card spot.
Yeah, we definitely all had him like in their 7th seed. Oh, we haven't gotten Ryan's, so we'll have to definitely get those after the show.
Ryan's
Playoff standings.
for NHL?
No, for NFL.
Bro, we ate.
Oh, we know. We already talked about that. It would be
We're
unfair.
8
It
weeks
It would
would
be
in.
unfair.
my
That's
God.
right. It would be unfair.
At that point, he just has to flip a coin.
Yeah. So we can.
I don't like those odds.
So also tonight for now moving off of the NHL. For the NBA, we got a couple of games going on. So we got the Pistons and the Wizards tipping off at 7. Yeah, who cares? The Mavericks and the Pelicans tipping off at 7:30.
Good game.
The Clippers and the Thunders tipping off at 8.
Bad game.
Yeah. And then the Warriors and the Suns tipping off at 10.
Good game.
Yeah, probably the best game of the day, but
Yeah, Ryan, take it off. Which one do you want to talk about?
I want to start off with Mavericks Pelicans.
All right, what you got?
So a little interesting thing that we're going to see is that the Pelicans are going to be playing without 3 of their 7 best players. With Zion is out. Zion Williams is out with an injury, and Brandon Ingram is out. He's in concussion protocol. And
So is the NBA like? Did they do anything different with their concussion protocol after the NFL?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Concussions aren't really that much of a problem in the NBA.
Yeah.
Because
How did he get a concussion? Did he just head in on the floor?
yeah, probably. I don't know. I just heard about it this morning.
Okay.
And then Herb Jones, one of their good defensive stoppers at the 3 position, is was a good rookie from last year. Almost, I think he almost made an all-defensive team.
Nice.
And that, yeah.
So who are you taking in this game? What about the Dallas? Anything good going on in Dallas? Anything bad?
Luka's playing good. I think Dallas is playing better than I thought they would. Despite that, I'm probably still picking the Pelicans.
Okay.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Pelicans.
I'm taking the Mavericks. And then in the Warriors and Suns game, I think I'm going to have to slide with the Suns.
You side with the Suns?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have to disagree with you on that one.
I'm gonna have to disagree with you too.
I'm gonna take the Warriors. I think they definitely look.
Oreo right now.
They definitely look like the best team in the
They
NBA.
already lost to the Nuggets, dude.
Okay.
They
Andrew
couldn't shoot.
Wiggins, Jordan Poole playing well.
The Nuggets lost to the Jazz. Does that mean the Jazz are the best team?
Dude, the Jazz are the best team in the league. Don't
All right,
get me wrong.
I believe it. I'm putting all my money on it right now.
In all honesty, though, Jazz have a problem in which they don't have any great players, but they have too many good players.
Yeah.
Like they
It's
have.
like the Thunder.
No, Thunder. Just, no, Thunder. If you're starting Alexei Pokushevsky, you're a bad team.
Are the Hornets a bad team?
2-1, dude.
Yeah, it's 2-1, but yeah, they're a bad team. When push comes to shove, they still have no big man. They still don't really have any defense. They're gonna have a good offense because they got good shooting. They got good. They got 2 good ball handlers.
Who's going to be the worst team in the league this year?
The Spurs.
I don't know. That's the problem this year because you might see like a decent team just starting to tank halfway through the season because they'll be like, we can either push to try and make the play-in game and then just miss the playoffs and have picking like 14th in the draft, or we can just lose out and try to get one of these 2 top picks with Victor Wembanyama and Scoot Henderson.
Do you believe in the Trailblazers being 4 now?
I don't believe that they're going to play this good moving on, but they're playing better. Dame come back from his abdominal injury from last year, playing pretty good.
Okay.
Their rookie, Shaden Sharp, a real good 3-point shooter, and he didn't play a single game last year in Kentucky.
No games.
No games. He was injured. That's why he fell in the draft. He's a real good player. I still don't really like Portland's head coach Chauncey Billups.
Chauncey Billups.
Yeah, former NBA player Chauncey Billups, former ESPN analyst. That's never a good sign. Mike Mayock.
Mike Mayock.
Johnny Gruden.
Yeah, but so I'm gonna take the Warriors in that game. Yeah, Aaron already said he's taking the Suns, and Ryan, you're gonna take the Warriors.
Yeah, I like the Warriors a little bit better.
Tell me, I'm in a disagreement Oreo twice. Dude.
Yeah, man.
I'm in a double disagreement Oreo.
Uh-oh. Double stuffed.
Double stuffed Oreo. But yeah, so the NBA, they're just now tipping off. So once they get a couple more games under their belt, like the NHL, same deal with them. We'll be able to give you guys a little bit more analysis on those. We just don't watch every single game, so we got to get like a couple games in just so we can understand.
But we have watched enough games to know that Russell Westbrook needs to never touch a basketball
Dude,
again.
oh my God, why do they still have him?
At this point, they can't trade him for anybody. He's so bad. He went
like 0-11 and he was like, "Oh, that was a good game."
Yeah, and then the next game, listen to this. They are up by 1 with like 30 seconds left. I think it was like 35 seconds left. Up 1. They have the ball. They're inbounding. They give it to Russ. He goes down the court with 17 seconds left on the shot clock. Excuse me. Does a pull-up 2-point shot, or pull-up mid-range. Completely bricks it. And his excuse was, I'm going for a 2-for-1. You are up by 1. You don't need to go for a 2-for-1. Drain the shot clock and then go for a smart shot. Why are you... He's so dumb. He's so bad.
He's playing too cocky.
No, he's just bad at basketball. He cannot think. And he can't come off the bench because they tried taking him off the bench, and his excuse was, "Oh man, sitting on the bench, my body's not used to this. I got a hamstring injury." Well, you know what? If you're not going to sit, if you're not going to come off the bench, you're not going to play for this team because they're just going to tell you to go home.
Yeah.
But they can't trade him either.
Yeah, because nobody wants that.
Nobody wants him, and his $44 million this season alone contract. This is the last year of his deal. So it'll be a team who just wants to absorb the money. But the Lakers don't have any other assets. I mean, the Lakers can trade. I mean, they got 2 first-round picks that they can trade. They're the only 2 picks they have left that they can trade.
Yeah, but they're like in, 2026 and 2027?
It's like 2027 and 2029.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, a step-in rule, you're not allowed to trade consecutive first-round picks in back-to-back years. You can do. That's why whenever you see these big trade deals, you always hear about picks and pick swaps. You can trade a pick swap.
Yeah.
But I think they gave that up in the Anthony Davis trade. Yeah. So not only are the Lakers bad, but the Lakers don't even have their first round pick this season.
They're going to be
But hey, guess what?
for like the next 5 years.
They got a championship.
Yeah, and I'd say poor LeBron, but he did this to himself. He signed this contract essentially in the offseason. Because of that, he's not eligible to even get traded until next year. So even if he wants out this season, which
when does Bronny get in the league?
Bronny's not. We need to, that conversation needs to stop. Bronny is not good enough to be a one and done college guy, and if he's not one and done, then LeBron's not going to play with him because LeBron will be like 41, 42, and he's not going to be. He's going to be. Realistically, he probably won't be good enough to be a starter. He'll be a bench guy, and I don't think
he'll be a shell of himself.
I don't think LeBron can do that.
Yeah.
I don't think he would want to either.
No, I don't think. I think. LeBron,
well, I mean, look what's happening to Brady and Rodgers.
Oh,
I mean, they're getting shit on right now. I mean, LeBron, he does take a lot of heat every single year, but right now, none of the heat's being directed towards him. It's all being directed towards Russell Westbrook.
He's playing. LeBron is playing so good.
Yeah.
And although
because he's LeBron.
Yeah. Although everybody wants to say that LeBron makes this team, I don't think LeBron's smart enough. He was not making that Russell Westbrook deal.
No.
They traded. I mean, who did they trade? They traded Kuzma. They traded KCP, and I think they traded like maybe one other person to the Wizards to get Russell Westbrook. That didn't allow them the cap room to re-sign Alex Caruso.
Yeah.
And the only reason why they did that trade is because I think they made the play. Yeah, they made the play in that year because LeBron and Anthony Davis were still both injured. If they had just run it back with that team, this would have been last season. They probably would have been a top 4 seed in the West. And if they had that team this season, they would be in competition to maybe win the title this year.
Yeah,
but instead, they probably won't even make the play-in game. They are so bad.
They look really bad.
The few games I've watched of them before the season, it was like they just can't shoot.
You know, the Lakers have
bad shooting. Can't get set.
No, the Lakers have the number 2 defense in the league and are 0-3.
Yeah,
their offense is 30th in the league. There's a little advanced metric for you. They are scoring 96 points per 100 possessions. The next worst team is the LA Clippers, who are scoring 6 more points per game. You don't see that wide of a margin.
Yeah.
Like that could be the difference between like 22 and 7.
Wow.
Yeah, their offense is atrocious.
Wow.
Yeah.
Damn.
Dude, they're shooting like 20% from 3.
Well, yeah, because you have Russell Westbrook and LeBron James.
And Pat Bev.
And Pat Bev, yeah.
Patrick Beverley has not attempted a 2-point shot this whole season.
A 2-pointer?
He's not. All of his shots are from
God damn, dude.
3. I think he's 3 for 15 from the line.
Oh.
Well, at least, there's players who are not like that in the league. Like, Ja Morant, who's leading the league in points per game right now at 35.3.
He's so much fun to watch.
Dude.
He's so much fun to watch. He just flings himself in the basket.
They blew out the Brooklyn Nets. Brooklyn Nets scored.
The Nets look dookie.
They scored. The Grizzlies scored 72 points in the second half of an NBA basketball game. Yeah.
How many points in the first half did the Warriors score? Like 88 the other day? 82?
I don't remember.
It was something high, but that's 77 in the second. That's a lot.
Usually you see high point totals in the first half,
yeah,
and then you see like, oh, my team's up 30, and they just coast. You might see like 52 points in the second half. You don't see 72 in the second half.
Do you think the Grizzlies could win it this year?
Yeah. Yeah, it depends on it. Honestly, it depends on the health of Jaren Jackson when he comes back.
Yeah.
If Jaren Jackson can both come back, but we saw from last season when he came back and was in the playoffs, he kept fouling out and getting a lot of fouls early in those playoff games against the Warriors. Like he was like 2 fouls in the first period or first quarter. Sorry, talking about hockey. 4 fouls by halftime. So we can't play you minutes.
Truth.
If you get 3 fouls in your first 4 minutes, you do 3 fouls away from fouling out the game. We need you for crunch time.
I'm really excited to see Donovan Mitchell this year play on the Cavs.
Oh, yeah. Cavs are going to be a good team.
I'm really excited to see the Cavs this year. I know they never really had success without LeBron.
Yeah.
So I really want to see them start to have some success without LeBron. So they can kind of move away from that. Like, oh, it's just LeBron made the Cavaliers. It's like, well, no. The Cavaliers are still their own team. Like the Patriots, I'm glad they made the playoffs last year.
Yeah.
Because it kind of was like, yeah, Brady was it, but look, we still made the playoffs.
Yeah.
And look at this year. Brady looks like shit. The Pats look like kind of shit. So, like, what are you going to do about it?
Who's got a brighter future right now, the Pats or the Bucks?
They're Pats.
Pats by more, like barely.
Yeah, I would say the Pats. I mean, the Bucks still have a lot of young players. You got to remember that. Like, Brady is like the oldest by a long shot. Like, by 20 years, he's the oldest on this team. So, but another player that I'd like to see play well every single year is, of course, Steph Curry. I love Steph Curry.
Wardell, Stephen Curry.
Mortal. He's not mortal, bro. I swear. He's always going to lead the league in points per game or something like that. He's always insane up there.
He's at least top 5.
Mm-hmm. I have not heard anything about Giannis, but I know his defense is being well this year.
He's always going to be top 3 offensive player, top 1 defensive player.
Okay.
He's so good.
DeJounte Murray has 3.3 steals a game. That's not going to last.
Well, I don't know.
Chris Paul's got 2.6. Yeah, I heard he looks old this year.
Yeah, he's looking pretty old. But he's an old 37. He's had a lot of injuries.
He's 37.
Yeah.
Wow.
He was the... What draft was he? 06, 07? Or he was either 2006 or 2007 draft. Or was it No, it might have been 05.
2005, yeah.
Right.
I keep forgetting, bro. He was drafted to the New Orleans Hornets.
Yeah.
God, what a horrible decision.
At a Wake Forest.
Wake Forest. Speaking of Wake Forest.
Are you talking about how Kobe got drafted by the Hornets and traded him away?
No, we're talking about how Chris Paul got drafted to the New Orleans Hornets.
Oh.
Yeah.
You know that...
Yeah, he was drafted by the Hornets and traded. Do you know Bo Jackson was drafted by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and he said, "I'm not playing for you," so he went to go play baseball?
No way.
Yeah,
he was a member of my Kansas City Royals.
Yeah, and then the next year he got drafted by the Raiders.
And he was like, "Oh, I like that."
Oh yeah, I'll go play for Al Davis.
Did you also know that Steve Young, the left-handed wonder for the San Francisco 49ers, he was drafted by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and on our practice squad?
That's good scouting.
Just wanted to point that out there. So,
I got you.
but speaking of Wake Forest, we're going to move into a little bit of college football. So this weekend was kind of wild, or last weekend was kind of wild.
Yeah, last weekend was wild.
Last weekend was a lot more wild, obviously with the Tennessee win over Alabama.
I think we're starting to see a lot of these teams round out into form now.
Yeah, we're starting to see a lot of good teams starting to
TCU
finally take
up
some
there, dude.
shape. North Carolina State or NC State is kind of falling because they're in quarterback injury, so that kind of sucks for them.
Yeah.
That really sucks for them.
I went and saw them live.
They looked good before the injury.
Yeah, I went and saw them play at Duke. Good come back from behind win.
But shout out to the North Carolina teams. We got 2 up there. We got NC State. We got North Carolina. We got 3 actually. We got Wake Forest. So I mean, North Carolina is really representing in the top 25.
Yeah.
I like to see Wake Forest the top
Clemson?
one now. Clemson, South Carolina.
That's what I'm saying. Well, we'll still like the Carolinas.
Oh, if we're talking Carolinas, then we also got South Carolina in there too.
Yeah.
Clemson. Anybody else? No, there's no other South Carolina teams.
No.
Coastal's not in. The Coastal's not in there this year.
No, but I saw this list earlier. Scroll down to the bottom. You can see teams that missed or that got votes for consideration. I think Coastal's in there. Okay, maybe I'm just really dumb.
Texas is though.
Yeah, Texas.
Yeah. But deservedly so. Georgia's still number 1. Not that you can't defeat. I mean,
Tennessee.
they're reigning national champs. They have one of the best defenses in the league.
Okay.
They're 7-0.
But their offense is looking bad.
Yeah.
Ohio State or
That's
Tennessee
why
should be number 1.
Ohio State should be 1.
I think Ohio State should be 1. I
But
mean, Ohio
also-
State's offense looks unstoppable.
Yeah, but also one thing. This is just the AP poll. This doesn't really matter.
Oh, I mean,
What really-
of course it
say-
doesn't matter.
What really matters is when we start getting these college football playoff committee rankings coming.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Out.
When do those come out?
Maybe
After week 10, I think. Right.
no, they might have.
Might be next week.
It might be next week.
Yeah, it might be next week where they start coming out when they start going to the 8-0s. But Tennessee, you know, I like to see Tennessee at 3-0. They played an extra game. They played an extra game at the beginning.
They did like the week 0 bullshit.
Yeah. So Tennessee is 7-0. I really like to see them. I like to see these teams up here. I mean, Georgia, Ohio State, Tennessee, Michigan.
It's different.
It's different. I would like to see maybe TCU bump up there. Maybe if Michigan loses, we could see TCU get bumped. But Notre Dame has been kind of really sorry this year.
Yeah.
And that's who Clemson plays next. So Clemson plays them next. So Clemson would probably move into the top spot if anybody loses, or in the top 4 if anybody
I don't know.
loses.
Clemson got very lucky. Almost lost to Syracuse. That's
True. Yeah, I was watching that game. They did get lucky.
I think you got to put Bama above Clemson. I don't care that Clemson's undefeated.
I mean, Bama did lose by what? A field goal?
Yeah, they lost to a field goal to the number 3 ranked team in the country.
Yeah.
And Clemson's just kind of looked, okay.
True.
You know, if I cared about overall, I'd look at standings.
A team that's kind of disappointing this year has been Oregon. 6-1. They haven't looked dominant. They were trying to be a dominant team in the Pac-12, be in the top 4. But they can't beat out these ACC and SEC Big Ten teams.
Yeah, but I think that's just what you're going to see with Pac-12 teams because they just can't.
They can't compete.
Well, they can't recruit all these people from Texas and from Florida and all those places. They got to really just kind of do homegrown out in California. And California's got a lot of these real good skill players,
Truth.
but they don't have like these super dominant defensive players. Look at how many quarterbacks have come or were raised in California. Josh Allen, Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers.
Who else? Kyler, I think, right? No, Kyler's not from there.
No, Kyler's from Texas.
Yeah, that's true. Oh God, Sam Bradford was. He was from California.
Oh, nice.
I think so. Maybe.
Shout out Sam Bradford.
Shout out Sam Bradford.
Shout out Sam Bradford's lag for ACLs.
Yeah, but top quarterbacks that are probably going to be drafted. You know, obviously the quarterback out of Ohio State,
C.J. Stroud,
and then Alabama. What's his name?
Bryce Young.
So those 2 quarterbacks are in the top, and then Kentucky's quarterback, right?
Levis.
Yep, Levis.
Hey, listen.
Hey, don't sleep on Drake May.
Who's he
I'll
from?
sleep on Drake May.
He's the North Carolina quarterback.
I'll sleep on him. I watched him. It's not great. Listen, little tangent here about college football.
I'm listening.
Yeah, it's horrible product.
Oh yeah,
It's terrible. The defenses are terrible. It's just shootouts, but it's shootouts with not good offense. Like all these, Oh my gosh.
Well, what happens when you have 300 teams in the league?
The Duke quarterback, here was his game plan the whole game. Shotgun, hike, first read, not there, run.
Yep.
It's vanilla defense and it's just horrible offense because there's really no skill. It's more about being athletic.
Did you see that one running back break the U on his fucking knees, bro?
No,
it was so stupid. It was like oh, and he broke it on his knee. When they were playing against Miami, they probably got whopped, didn't they? Duke?
No, Duke walloped Miami.
Duke walloped Miami?
I think it was 45-21.
Oh my god. I like Ole Miss this year. I've been watching a lot of Ole Miss games. I don't know why, but I've always seen Ole Miss on this year.
Listen, I think Ole Miss might lose their head coach to the NFL, Lane Kiffin.
You think Lane Kiffin's going to go to the NFL?
He might.
I'd like to see it.
What teams are going to be open for?
Commanders,
Colts. No. Yeah.
Colts. Frank Reich's gone.
Well, Carolina. They won't make that mistake again, though. They won't go college again.
If Steve Wilkes can salvage this season, dude.
Look, we're going to talk about that in a second. That was a fluke.
Okay, yeah, we'll go back to fire.
I wish it was a fluke.
No. I'm saying, like, he could probably go to, what did we just say? Commanders. They're probably going to fire Ron Rivera.
Yeah. Colts are probably going to fire Frank Reich.
I can see the Broncos firing Nathaniel Hackett.
Oh, they should fire him yesterday if they could.
I can see the Chargers firing Brandon Staley.
He should get fired. He's terrible at his job.
Yeah.
If we're talking about players or coaches I'd like to see, Cliff Kingsbury needs to get fired.
I can see Pete Carroll retiring. I can see Bill Belichick retiring.
I was going to say, I could hope that Bill Belichick retires.
Yeah. So
or
there's going to be a lot of...
into like a front office.
But Matt Rule went so bad.
The
Matt Rule experience went so bad. I think NFL teams are still going to be turned off from trying to go to college coaches.
I agree, but also Matt Rule in college was never a schematic coach, whereas Lane Kiffin is such a good offensive mind. That's why, Lincoln Riley was kill in the NFL because he's so good on.
But why would you lead to college money, dude? The college money is insane.
Yeah, college money is insane, but these dudes are working around the clock 365 days a year because you got to recruit constantly.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, these the smaller programs, you got to do a lot more than the bigger programs.
And especially since Lincoln Riley at USC, USC and UCLA are going to the Big Ten in 2 years now.
Yeah.
So now you got I got to compete with Ohio State, Penn State, Michigan State.
Yeah.
If you're if you're a tight end, should I go to
Illinois?
Iowa?
Illinois no pushover.
Yeah, there's no pushover. Wisconsin might get a good new head coach.
Syracuse still looks good, man.
Hey, shout out Wisconsin volleyball.
Wisconsin volleyball.
Love your work.
But yeah, no, seriously. And what Texas is going to the SEC, right?
Mm-hmm.
Texas and Oklahoma are going to the SEC.
Yeah.
Dude, Travis, he lives right there in downtown Austin. He's going to be living there in Austin. That stadium is impressive.
Ridiculous.
It's impressive. And that school is impressive.
Yeah, and
we've walked and driven through it. That school's impressive.
Yeah, and that football program's on the up and up. They got a great young quarterback in Quinn Ewers.
Hey, they should have been ranked. I think they should have been ranked over South Carolina.
Yeah.
25 over South Carolina.
Sneaky quarterback pick in this draft might be like a late pick, kind of like a Dak Prescott. Spencer Rattler. Remember, he was a starting quarterback with Lincoln Riley at
Wait,
Oklahoma.
Spencer Rattler?
Yeah,
Wasn't he supposed to come out last year?
Yeah, he was the number one quarterback prospect before the start of the season last year. And his season at OU started off so bad that they benched him for Caleb Williams, the now starting quarterback at USC.
Wow.
So he should have been, but he decommitted so he can go back to college. He transferred to South Carolina.
I'm calling it right now. 6th round, Tampa Bay Buccaneers are going to select quarterback Chris Reynolds out of Charlotte.
All right, well.
But, no, so yeah, that's that. All right, Aaron, you want to talk anything about college? Or you don't? You good with college?
No, I'm good. Thanks,
You're kind of quiet. Aaron was quiet for the NBA and the college talk.
It's okay. I realize I talk too much on these shits anyway.
Oh, no, you good, man. I mean, we all talk too much.
No, it's just because I get the twisted teas flowing through me.
Twisted.
And I just
Speaking of twisted tea, I'm going to step away here for a second. Y'all can talk about the football if you want.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Which type of...
Oh, no, the race. You're going to Martinsville, right?
Yeah.
You say that. I need to get
so this weekend, me and TK and one other lucky winner of a ticket are going to be going to Martinsville. It's the first time I'm going to Martinsville. I'm really excited. Never seen a short track race before, and it's the elimination race. So it should be really exciting. The points are pretty close. So yeah, I'm just really excited to kind of go and experience that, and I'll try to go get some video of that for next week, so we can you guys can kind of see what the race was like. So I'm sure it'll be pretty hype. A lot of people are fighting for some pretty important points. I still feel really confident, and my pick for Joey Logano to win the championship, I'm like 98% sure that's who I picked whenever we did the first NASCAR playoff standings video.
And if not, he's your pick now.
But yeah, if not, then that's what I think my pick's been. So I'm riding with it. Yeah, it's been a good playoff so far. It's nice to see kind of like a change up in who's left. A part of me, like the evil side of me, is kind of rooting for Denny Hamlin to get a championship, just because he's definitely overdue for it. So yeah, Martinsville.
I've only ever been to one race in my life, and it was a short track race at Richmond. You're gonna have a blast. Short tracks. I'm sure like these big, massive super speedways are a completely different monster, but these short tracks are such a casual viewing. It's just kind of laid back. You know, got the headset on, listen. I bought like some cheap ones, and I was able to listen to the radio broadcast, which I thought was a little bit nicer than listening in on like the pit crew talk.
I've done that for sure in the past. My dad's got me that stuff. That stuff's cool.
It's cool being able to listen to the radio broadcast, especially because someone who doesn't know anything about race cars.
Well, also, you mean especially if you go to like Charlotte or something.
Oh, they take right turns on road courses.
Yeah.
Or if you're Dale Earnhardt Sr. at Daytona,
you take a 180, not 100, like a 90-degree right turn.
Too soon.
Well, it's also like
Too
you
soon?
can't and like the super speedways
Damn.
like Charlotte and shit. You can't see the track.
Exactly.
You can't see everything.
No,
so
you can't see in front of you.
listening to the broadcast is awesome. No, I'm talking about the spectator.
The spotters, dude. The spotters are like, those guys do a lot of work for those drivers, man.
Best seat in the house up there too.
Oh, I'm sure it is.
Yeah, but you're gonna enjoy Martinsville. These small speedways. I don't know how far away Richmond is, but if you never get a chance next year, it's...
Richmond's not too far. I think it's about 4 to 5 hours.
No, my mom drives up there for work.
Yeah,
every once in a
Richmond's
while.
not too bad.
Dude, but it's nice going up to Martinsville. It's only 2 hours.
It's easy.
I'm like, that's shorter than it is to go out to like Cullowhee.
Yeah, it is.
Martinsville's in Tennessee?
No,
Virginia.
Martinsville's in Virginia.
That's in Virginia? Oh, I
Yeah.
don't know.
So is
That's
Richmond
yeah.
too. There's 2 in Virginia.
Oh, well, I didn't know it was that close. Why
Yeah,
did I
Martinsville's really close.
think, I thought Martinsville was in Phoenix.
No,
No,
Phoenix is in
that's
Phoenix.
yeah. Phoenix is
Well,
Phoenix.
yeah. The Suns are in Phoenix.
So
That's
the,
true.
Yeah.
Good
Oh,
analysis.
did you know the
there.
Wisconsin volleyball team?
Yeah,
Yo,
Wisconsin. I heard about this Wisconsin volleyball team.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of TikToks about them lately. I don't know what's going on with that.
No.
Yeah, a lot of the
Blew up on Twitter
Yeah, it's
and on
like,
the state OnlyFans.
Yeah,
and
for
I
some
think
reason,
people might be really milking it.
yeah,
I was making the joke.
some
dude.
milkers too.
Some milk.
A lot of milkers out there.
I was making the joke that they
A lot of milkers in Wisconsin.
that Wisconsin cut their funding for the volleyball team, so they had to find other ways to get investments for the program.
Calendar.
The calendar.
Hey, all I'm gonna say is that I think all women's sports should rise up in support of Wisconsin volleyball. And you know,
Show your support,
show
ladies.
your tatas. Show
Show your support.
Show your support.
I think sports ball should do like a
Oh.
sexy calendar.
Calendar? Oh, we
That
already
is
talked
so
about it. It's already in the
funny,
works.
dude.
It's already in the
Alright.
works.
That'd be honestly, that'd be fucking hilarious. That's how we fundraise for the camera.
We need the merch. We're gonna start a merch, and it's only gonna be a calendar.
I'm gonna start an OnlyFans.
OnlyFans for sport ball.
Yeah,
I feel like someone would watch that.
I feel like someone look at my
Somebody
toe.
out there watches any.
I feel like some people definitely would buy the calendar.
Dude, people watch like prolapse. Like I think we're good.
Oh, Jesus Christ. We need to get off this topic, buddy.
Yeah, we do.
All right, so
back
on
to
to
NASCAR.
Well,
Well, I was gonna say Joey Logano's first.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ryan Blaney's in 6. He needs to win. You literally the last driver left without a win.
I'm surprised he's made
The last driver left without. Oh no, never mind. Chase Briscoe has 1 win. I was gonna say without even 2 wins.
He's scraping by.
I can't believe Chase has 5 wins and is not in first place.
How does that happen? By the way, breaking news from Shams Sarania
Oh, yeah?
Players
The Athletic, right?
I'm pretty sure he's of the Athletic. Russell Westbrook is out tonight with hamstring injury.
Watch him win.
Yeah, they're playing the Nuggets.
Ooh.
Yeah, conveniently the same injury Russell Westbrook said he had when he had to come off the bench.
Dude, he's a fucking not a team player, but
He's better than Ben Simmons is.
No,
I'd rather start on the Ben Simmons. I would rather have Ben Simmons over Russell Westbrook.
Yeah,
you guys are crazy.
I'd rather have me on the court than Ben Simmons.
Well, it's I used to really like Russell Westbrook and defend him, but ever since went to the Lakers, he's been a fucking asshole.
Yeah.
So, but yes, Aaron, what would you like to transition into now?
The NFL.
The NFL, the no fun league.
No fun league, especially if you're a Buccaneers fan.
Yeah, we're gonna get to that.
This season has been really interesting, though.
We're gonna get to that.
It's been a really close and competitive season,
dude. It's such a pair. Like we were doing our power rankings, we could not figure that shit out.
It's
like literally once you got past like the bottom 8 teams, it's like who the fuck do we play here?
There's a clear bottom 7 to 8.
Yep.
There's a clear top 3.
Yep.
Every other team could be.
Well, you got the Vikings sitting there at 5-1. It's like, are they actually a good team, or are they just 5-1?
They're not.
Yeah, but you can't drop them because they're. Because they're 5-1.
Well, I could.
Yeah, you could. Yeah.
If I wanted.
But it's not your list.
Well, I know it's not on my list.
But then you also got the Giants.
Even
at 6-1.
I want to drop them, and it is.
You got the Giants at 6-1, the Jets at 5-2, and it's like,
what the hell's going on?
What the fuck is going on?
Listen, if I cared about records, I'd look at the standings.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But let's go ahead and just recap Week 7 here real fast. So Thursday Night Football. Me and Aaron, we got the Cardinals. He called it. It was going to be a good game, and it wound up being a good game.
Yeah, you guys said it was going to be a snooze fest, dude. And I was like, nah. These defenses blow. Also, it's not even the defense. It's just the fact that not Carson Wentz.
Andy Dalton.
Andy Dalton. Just
threw 3 interceptions.
Andy Dalton is the reason.
Two pick sixes in under
to back.
Yes, dude. And
but hey, we got the shot of the century, though.
We did get a really cool video. But also, if you look at the final score, if he didn't even throw one of those, it would have been basically like a tied game. Dude.
Oh, easily.
Yeah, they should have just started Taysom Hill the whole time.
They should. I hate Taysom Hill, but he is. To Andy Dalton's credit, I think only one of those picks were actually his fault.
I agree.
So
I do agree.
Next, we got the Falcons and the Bengals. That Bengals, wow.
Yeah, that was a surprise.
Wow. I told you.
Yeah, you did. You did call it. You did.
Yeah.
It was nice, except Joe Burrow was on my bench for fantasy. So.
Who'd you start?
Justin Herbert.
It's
okay. It's okay, dude. I still put up the most points in fantasy this week.
Who did you have?
Josh Jacobs.
That's right. Josh Jacobs.
He got 36.5 points. Yeah.
Speaking of monsters, wasn't like Daniel Jones like the 3rd highest scorer this week in fantasy? He was insane. But after the Falcons and the Bengals, who do we got there, Aaron? What's that next game?
We got the.
You're not Aaron.
The Lions and the Cowboys. Freaking Dominic getting away with the easy dubs because he's not riding with the Lions anymore.
Good job, Ryan. Woo! You and I picked the Cowboys.
This is your household and you don't even follow your own rules.
Look, man. You lose 29-0 against the Patriots.
Listen, you're just desperate for W's in the season.
I went 6-8, so yeah,
well,
I guess
I went 10-4. So, yeah. And that was with me giving away the Falcons and the Lions.
Yeah, you got lucky. We'll talk about that.
yeah, we'll talk about one of these stupid freaking picks.
Yeah. So after the Cowboys and the Titans, we got the Titans and the Colts. Woo.
Yeah.
Sam Ehlinger's now starting for the rest of the season.
Yeah. On the upside, the Titans knocked Matt Ryan right into retirement.
Pretty much, dude. He might as well just retire now.
Yeah. Yep. He's had a good career.
Why did Colts QBs just have a tough time?
Dude. Like Frank Reich has had a different starting quarterback every single season. He's been corpse.
I think he's had 8.
He's had more. He's had more. Yeah. No, 8.
He's had 8 starting quarterbacks since 2017.
Yeah.
And Scoot, some guy named Scott.
Scott. God, I know his name. It starts with a T.
Yeah.
Scott Toline or something.
It's like I think there's a Y in there.
Yeah, Scott Titty. Speaking of titties, Wisconsin volleyball. I heard that something happened to them. Anyway, we got the Packers. Got the Commanders.
Scott Tolzien.
Scott Tolzien. Yeah, that's right. That's what it was.
But
hey, let's talk about 2 teams that shit the bed. The Packers and the Bucks back to back. Let's start with the Packers first.
Me and Ryan getting sneaky with the commies pick.
Listen, I called this game to.
If we could change our picks later in the week, I definitely would have been running with the commies because I told Aaron to bet on the commies.
He did.
If I could have changed, we'll get to that later. Never mind.
Yeah.
Speaking of winning money. Your boy made a quick $26 off the Panthers dub, and also I made up some easy spots on you fools, too. Not even easy, dude. That's just a wild pick. I cannot believe the Panthers actually freaking won that game.
Listen, I don't think
I have seen a plethora of Buccaneers losses in my career as a Buccaneers fan. And I have never,
not the beer.
never
Left the class.
been as angry as I have been to watch this football game.
Dookie! Thanks
What?
Thanks for the
Are
good
we-
sheets.
What are we doing? Oh yeah, by the way, I was at this football game with Aaron and my mother, live watching the football game. Why do we continue to start Gadecki at left guard? He sucks. Let's go ahead and put in fucking whatever his name is. I don't even know his name. That's how bad this team is right now.
The only thing that was good for you at that game was the Bojangles we got.
Yeah, put in Leverett at offensive guard and we'll be fine.
spent $12
Brady,
on this
why
shit.
don't you light a fire under your
Brady
ass and
Wilson.
do that? Oh yeah, and by the way, hey Mike Evans,
How about you catch a touchdown, buddy?
we were in the end zone too. By the way, we were there. We were in that end zone he was going to score in. I was ready.
He was wearing the Mike Evans jersey.
I was ready in the Mike Evans jersey. I was ready to explode.
And instead,
And we're going to lose on Thursday night. And guess what? The leader of this division could very easily be the 3-5 Carolina Panthers after they beat the Saints on Sunday.
Falcons.
They beat the Falcons.
We're going to beat the Falcons.
So you beat the Falcons at 3-5, and the Bucks lose to the Ravens.
We're
at
2-0 in
3-5.
the division, dude. We're the only
You could
one.
be 3-0 in the division and be leading the
That's
division.
insane, dude.
At 3-5.
That is actually insane.
Oh my god.
Because I really have no confidence that the Buccaneers are going to win this Thursday. But anywho,
Onward.
Let's
We just
move
had
on
to spend
to
a little
the-
bit of time because we were there for that.
yeah,
one.
let's go ahead and move on to the Giants and the Jags.
I don't know why you guys were on the Jags train so much. I guess you were like looking at it. They were coming out the bye and
It
stuff.
came down to
but-
the last second.
It came down to the last yard.
I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm a believer in the Giants, baby. They're for real.
You're a believer in a team that hasn't won by more than a touchdown?
I
But
don't
look,
care.
look,
They get
look.
it done.
Look, all you have to say is that's coaching now.
Yeah,
Brian
no.
Daboll, right now, no matter what happens, I think the rest of the season, even if they don't even make the playoffs, to say they go like 8-9 and they miss the playoffs, I still think he should win Coach of the Year.
Oh, he's definitely coach of the year.
Yeah, maybe not 8-9. I mean, they're 6-1 now.
It
That-
depends.
Oh God,
at
damn.
this point, it depens because depending on
Let's say they
either
go- yeah.
either New York team, if they continue to do well and they get like 2 or 3 more wins at least on the season,
They could go to the playoffs.
well, but either the Jets coach or
Yeah,
the Giants
Robert
coach
Saleh.
should be up for Coach of the Year.
I would love to see Salah get it.
What about a sneaky Pete Carroll backdoor?
Yo, low key.
Dude,
Coach
if
of the
they
year?
make the playoffs, I would totally vote for Pete Carroll to be playoffs. Because of all those 3 teams, Pete Carroll has the worst roster.
Mm-hmm.
He has the worst
By far.
quarterback by far.
No,
I mean,
apparently not. dude.
Apparently not.
Apparently not.
No, they might have the smartest quarterback because
Dude, Gino is so
he's
smart.
doing his job. He's
Gino
not.
has a 73% completion percentage this year.
Yeah, he's not. He's not losing the football games for them.
He's not.
Geno Smith is 4th overall in the season in total QBR.
What about yards?
Yards.
I mean, I know yards don't really matter.
Yeah.
I care about QBR. I'm all about Scott or
Where's yards?
Skip. I'm all about the QBR.
Don't you know that, Skip?
But let's run this while Aaron's looking up some stuff. Cleveland Browns and Ravens came down to the wire. I thought I was going to come away with a big win with the Ravens or with the Browns there, but they blocked the field goal. It was a 60-yarder. It was pretty cool.
Listen, I
Geno Smith is 7th overall in the league for passing yards.
Hey.
Dude, 4th in QBR, 7th in yards.
73% completion percentage, which is
okay. I know
the highest.
I know he didn't get injured last year, but can
The
we
highest.
go ahead and give Geno comeback player of the year? right now?
73.5% leads everyone in the everyone.
But you know what I'm saying?
wait. He did play a little bit last year because Russ hurt his thumb.
That's right. Yeah. So I mean, is Geno technically eligible for comeback player of the year?
Why doesn't
Also,
does
can
the
we
NFL
go-
have a most improved player?
No, they have MVP.
Can we go ahead and talk about how Patrick Mahomes already has 20 touchdowns?
Jesus fuck.
He has 20 touchdowns, dude.
Oh my god!
That
Can we
is
also talk about how Brady
insane.
only has thrown 1 interception this season? I just want to point that out.
8 TDs.
8 TDs, 1 interception.
That's the lowest in the top 10 as far as touchdowns. go.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah,
Matt
because we've
Ryan.
only scored more than 30 points once. We've only scored more than 20 points once.
And that was against the
That was against the Chiefs.
in a blowout.
It was only 40. It was only 40 to 31.
I thought it was 31-21.
No, the Chiefs beat us 41-21. 31.
Yeah, that's what I said, 31-21.
41. You keep saying 20. 41-31.
I thought it was a different score.
No, it was 41-31.
I'm sorry, folks.
Speaking of bad Dookie teams, Denver Broncos.
Hey, listen.
How's that Ripken experiment going out there, Ryan?
Listen, I made the pick thinking that Russell Wilson was going to be the
That made
starting
my day,
quarterback.
waking up on Sunday morning, seeing that text message saying, "Yeah, I think I made a mistake."
Listen, if I swear that if Russell Wilson was playing this week, they would have won. Although they put up very similar statistical numbers. Here's what I don't get. Why are you throwing the ball with Brett Rippon, 46 times?
Yeah, and you don't throw that much with Russell Wilson.
Yeah. You don't...
Yeah.
It's just,
He's going to be fired.
yeah.
Nathaniel Hackett should be fired.
I get that Javonte Williams is injured, and you probably don't trust Melvin Gordon all that much.
He's a big fumble machine.
Listen, he'll fumble every third play, so just run him two, sit, resets.
Yeah.
The fumbles will reset.
Speaking of good running backs, Melvin Gordon's not a good running back,
He
but
used
a
to
good
be.
running back, Josh Jacobs.
Dude, the Broncos only have 8 touchdowns on the season.
Yeah, I know. They have the worst... Yeah, they have the
Worst touchdown differential in the league.
they have the
probably.
worst scoring offense in the league.
Chiefs have 28 total touchdowns.
But they have one of the better defenses in the league, which is why I picked
It's
them
hard
over
for them
the
to turn
Jets.
around it now because the Chiefs are running away with it.
Yeah.
But anyway, Josh Jacobs, Aaron, how'd you feel about him?
Very happy. That's why I drafted the man. He's a beast. Whenever he has a good game, that boy has a good game.
3 total touchdowns.
Yeah, and like 100, almost 150 yards, I think. Also, back to the Panthers game, Deontay Foreman, 118 yards, 118
Deontay.
yards, proving that he should be on this team, and he's
They
good
stopped
enough.
him from the Texans, right?
I don't
That
know.
sounds right.
I think he was on the Texans because he went to Texas, correct?
Let's see.
But next we have the Chargers losing in an
He did
upset.
go to Texas.
They lost in an
Texas.
upset against the
He was
Seattle
on.
Seahawks.
He was from the Titans. He was on the Texans whenever he was drafted in 2017. Played for the Titans for 2 years, as well as.
How do you go from rookie season 78 attempts for 327 yards to 2018 7 attempts for -1 yard?
Because they didn't want to use him anymore.
Well, he also might have just got hurt. No,
They didn't want to use him.
why?
Yeah, because look, even the next season, well, I guess he is backing up
Yeah, the King.
Derrick Henry.
Hey, dude, Deontay Foreman is averaging 5.7 yards per carry right now.
Small sample size, but that's still a good number you like to see.
I know it's a small sample size, but better. I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
it's still a decent enough sample size.
Shout
And
out
then-
Pete Carroll and Gino.
Yeah, Gino. Yeah, I mean, it was definitely. I feel like a swing taking the Seahawks. I'm surprised. Me and Chase did.
Jason Garrett, shout out.
Yeah, as well as Jason Garrett. Shout out. What?
no, Jason Garrett. Never
Did you
mind.
name your iPad Jason Garrett?
I guess so.
And then another good game. I guess it was a good game for about half the game.
Dude, I
It was
looked
the
down.
Chiefs and the 49ers.
I looked down, it was 14-13. I looked up, it was like 41-13.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
or
what the
or
fuck
30
happened?
Yeah. Yeah, well, they stopped using McCaffrey, dude. They used Christian McCaffrey. He had in the first quarter, he had
He was
3
on the team
runs.
for like 3 days.
There was
I don't
also-
care.
yeah,
he
there
knows
was
how to.
a-
He knows how to just run through a hole.
All right, but there's
knows how to run through a hole.
There was a lot of offensive mistakes this week for the 49ers. There was a lot of drops, a lot of penalties, and a
Yeah,
lot of stupid mistakes, and that's how you will lose to the Chiefs. Dude.
Yeah, you started Jimmy Garoppolo. That's
Well,
pretty
you
bad
have
stuff.
to. You don't
He's
have
not
Trey
bad.
Lance. Jimmy G is not bad.
There's a little quarterback up in the Northeast who might be on the trade block soon.
Mac
Dude,
Jones.
imagine if they fucking trade for Mac Jones.
Dude, Mac Jones is gonna get.
Hey, bring Mac
Drew,
to the Bay.
Mac Jones is gonna get Drew Bledsoe, dude.
We're not there yet.
He's
Trust
gonna
me.
get Drew Bledsoe.
Trust me, I've got a whole moment.
But do you
myself.
see? I was gonna say let's wait to get to the past because I know we want to talk about Bailey Zappi, but we need to first talk about Tua's return.
Yeah, okay.
The
so
first half he looked good.
the Steelers should have won that game.
They should have.
They had so many dropped interceptions.
They
for
should've.
what could have been.
Yeah, and
Um,
if it wasn't for
if-
good old Kenny throws 3 pickets.
That's also very true. But also, whenever I made these picks, if I was 100% certain that Tua was going to start,
You would have taken them.
I would have taken the Dolphins. Looking back on the game, though, I think the Steelers was a sneaky pick. Like I said, because they could have won that game, dude. They had like 3 dropped interceptions.
They're coming off a big win against the Bucs.
Yeah, so I think the Steelers, Mike Tomlin finds a way to be fucking 500. Dude.
That's true.
So I think he's just a good coach. Pickens is proven to be a great.
Dude, George Pickens is insane.
He's proven to be a great draft pick.
Yeah, I'm so glad we drafted Tyquan Thornton over him.
So I don't know. I think
TCU hasn't lost a game since he left.
And I think Mike Tomlin has a very long career though. It's still as a coach.
No matter what happens this season, they're not going to fire Tomlin.
No, but it is a shame that his streak of not having any records under 500 might end this year. But I think
what are they 2-5?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Odds are he's not getting there.
No,
odds are he's not.
He's not going to get there. But give this Steelers team 2 to 3 years. They have a lot of young pieces, man, and them having to start over basically with their franchise quarterback.
I don't think they have a franchise quarterback on their roster.
Dude, Kenny Pickett's a rookie, man. It's tough to come in.
Yeah,
and he was still a 20th overall pick, dude.
But we're gonna get to it with the Patriots. We're gonna get to the Patriots,
dude. Steelers within 5 years are gonna be like a high quality playoff team.
But here's the thing with the Steelers is that Kenny Pickett has nothing special about him.
That's what I was about to say.
Neither did Big Ben. He just he's average, bro.
No,
I know
Big
stats
Ben had the big play ability.
Yeah,
that's why he's called Big Ben.
He's also Big Ben because he's a big boy.
I was gonna say Peyton had the analytics. Peyton had the analyticals. Tom Brady had.
He's a rookie. How can you say he has nothing special about him? You don't know him yet.
He has
a rookie season is so tough.
Yeah, but we already knew some players that we already knew. Like Josh Allen, we knew he was going to be a gunslinger.
It took him 3 years to get good. 2.5 years to get good in the NFL.
But he showed you snippets.
But he
also
wasn't a 4-year starter in college.
That's true. But that's also why he slid down to the 20th pick. Like, it's not like he was like
slid down.
He actually went up, but he was the first quarterback to get drafted. And it
should have been
pick
in the third
20.
round.
Yeah, he was not a first-round caliber quarterback.
Malik Willis should have gone first, in my opinion. How did he end up playing for the Titans?
Listen, this was a terrible quarterback.
Because
I
didn't see the rest of that.
Very bad quarterback draft.
But I didn't see because Malik Willis played. I didn't see his stats or anything.
But despite on what you think about Kenny Pickett, if you look at this division right now, you got Lamar Jackson in Baltimore.
Sorry.
You got Joe Burrow, and you got Deshaun Watson on the Browns. So for the next decade, you're gonna have the 4th best quarterback in your division if you stick with Kenny Pickett. You're not gonna. The easiest way to get to playoffs is to win your division. You will never win a single division with the 4th best quarterback in your division.
Look at the NFC South.
There's also nothing.
Even though the Panthers are going to be almost winning their division, do you really think PJ Walker's shit? No. I mean, look at the NFC South. Who is the best quarterback in the NFC South right now?
I would.
It's got to be Brady, but
no.
I think you can make the argument it's Mariota.
I was just going to say that. I think Mariota right now is the best quarterback.
If Jameis
Winston was healthy, he'd be him.
If it was pre-injury Jameis from last year, Jameis Winston last year before injury was not a bad quarterback.
Yeah, he was like 12 and
he's not a bad quarterback.
Yeah, I would argue.
I think though that
which Jameis is better, 12-2 or 30-30?
Yeah, 33-30.
I do think though that people need to give more credit to PJ because whenever they played him last week. They didn't trust him to throw the ball at all. All they wanted to do was get the ball to McCaffrey and let him go. And I think you made a point off camera this week that was like they did that to kind of show what CMC could do before they traded him. And I think they showed, because that's what PJ Walker was known for in the XFL, was being just like a gunslinger, dude. It's like throwing the deep ball is what he's even said in interviews he's the most comfortable with.
I called that fucking corner out. I literally said, "Here comes the touchdown." Yeah, I said, "Literally, here comes the fucking touchdown."
And he threw a dot.
It was a beautiful ball.
And he threw a dot to DJ Moore for him to get the toe tap. Like I just think if they learn, like Matt Rule wanted to keep him there for a reason. Like obviously he Matt Rule thought highly of him, and he wanted him to kind of get the paycheck.
He was out of Temple too, wasn't he?
Yes.
Yeah,
So he wanted him to get the paycheck and stuff. But I think PJ Walker is proving that he's kind of like a I keep bringing this guy up, but the backup for the Ravens.
Oh my God,
Huntley.
Huntley.
Tyler Huntley.
I think he's just proven this. Like he has the spot. Like look at Geno, man. Everyone counted him out.
He's a Geno.
Yeah,
he's a Geno.
Yeah, and it's like people didn't even think Geno would start at the start of this season. They thought it was gonna be Drew Lock, and now.
Hey, we should have listened to Pete. Geno looked good.
Mm-hmm.
Geno looks good.
Mm-hmm. And he's proven it week after week. I think it's really interesting this year to see like the 3 or 4 teams that are really surprising. I think you got to put the Seahawks there.
Falcons?
I think
We thought they were going to be the worst team in the league.
I think Seahawks. I would say the only reason the Falcons are in that conversation is because they beat the 49ers.
No, I wouldn't even say that. They've
And
looked
they-
impressive in
they-
all
yeah,
of
they've
their
looked
games.
pretty-
This last game is the only one that they didn't look good in.
I was going to say the fact that they rallied against the Rams.
They
And
should
so-
have beat the Buccaneers.
Yes. So off that bullshit call. So
Yeah.
the Falcons are definitely a team to where, yes, I'm kind of on that train, but I was thinking more of like the Seahawks, the Giants, and the Jets. Just outright. And like the Eagles. I mean, we thought the Eagles would be good, but we didn't think they were going to be this good. Like to be the last undefeated team, like I understand they were on bye.
Cardinals were the last undefeated team last year.
That's true.
That is very
It does
true.
come out of nowhere.
That is very true. So,
Someone's got to be undefeated.
well, that's not necessarily
But
true.
we could also talk about teams that are obviously surprisingly bad in the Bucks and the Packers and the Rams and stuff like that.
The 49ers.
But before we get
the
to
49ers
that,
aren't bad though, dude.
before we get to that, let's wrap up Week 7.
Yes, sorry.
Ryan, would you like your 5 minutes?
I don't need 5 minutes, but I can let you guys start off if you guys want to say anything.
I didn't watch it
Well, we all
because it
took-
was the Packers or it was the Patriots and the Bears. I didn't watch it.
I mean, but do you have any?
Justin
listen.
Fields looked more comfortable this week.
Well, he had more rushing attempts than he had completions, Doug. He had 14 rushing attempts for 80-something yards. He had 13 pass completions.
Okay.
But that's how they're going to have to use him for this year.
They
Because-
won. They
because the Bears receiving core is not good.
Besides Darnell Mooney.
and yes.
I like
and-
Darnell Money.
Darnell
double O.
Mooney
Yes.
and Cole Kmet.
Cole Kmet.
But-
hey,
but also-
Darnell Money with double O.
Yeah,
But also
Mooney
teams
is money
know,
with 2 O's.
but teams know that Justin Fields isn't that accurate with the ball yet. So
He's getting there.
he's getting there. But for this season, they're using right now. I think the Bears show that they're figuring out how to use Justin Fields this season to the best of his abilities. I think it's really interesting this season to see the run game like really come
David
back.
Montgomery's looking not too
Like
bad.
the run game is
And they got
really
Who's
prominent.
their backup? Herbert, I think his last name is.
Khalil Herbert. Yeah.
Yeah, he was looking pretty good last night.
All right, Ryan.
All right,
What you think about Mac Jones?
Oh, also sorry, yeah, we all took the Patriots this
Yeah, we
game.
did.
We all got burned.
which I feel like was a pretty solid pick. I didn't expect this offensive output. Out of
I did not
Chicago
expect the Bears to win this.
I don't think the Bears expected this out of the Bears.
No.
Despite the Patriots' loss, I'm not going negative. I'm going to be very positive on this Patriots team. Where should I start?
Bailey Zappi.
No, I think I might wrap up with that.
Defense.
When Bill Belichick is going up against opposing teams, what's his number one thing? I'm going to take out your number one. I'm going to take out your number one weakness. I'm going to make you try to beat us with the thing that you guys do the worst, which I think for the Bears is passing.
Yep.
Although Justin Fields only had 13 completions. During the first half, it was like they were completing. They were moving the ball with such ease.
Their first drive looked good.
Yeah, they were. So I think the Pats' the defensive game plan was you're not going to beat us with the run. They eventually beat them with the run because the Patriots really don't have too many athletes in the secondary to try to keep up with how fast Justin Fields is.
Yeah.
Yes.
Happens to the best of us.
I agree.
Patriots offense. What do I have to say? I don't think that Matt Patricia and Joe Judge are doing all that bad of a job as offensive coordinators.
I think it's all Mac Jones.
Yeah, Bailey Zappi looks really good.
He
in
looks
this stuff.
so confident in
He
the
looks
pocket.
so confident. You want what he's doing? You know it's Mac Jones a lot, and he did this on the interception play. Why is he's unathletic? Why are you trying to do rollouts and throw on the run? Stay in the pocket, do your reads. If it doesn't work, do your check down. If that doesn't work, try to move or throw the ball away. Zapping.
I know Mac Jones didn't sit behind him, but you literally have 20 years of tape of Tom Brady doing exactly what they need you to do.
In this offense. Yet, this offense is never going to have the flash, the zam, the wham. It's never going to have all these creative flea flickers, all these weird plays that you saw.
No.
Josh McDaniels drop every now and then. But again, with Josh McDaniels, it's every now and then. Most of the time, this offense was very run, play action, very short passes.
Very rudimentary.
And I think that's exactly what they're calling right now. They're just not doing any of these Andy Reid-esque weird plays. And I don't think they need to because that's not the roster this provides. I really like the run game with Ramondre Stevenson. I think he needs to be the main back instead of Damian Harris.
Yes.
He's killing it. This offensive line, top 5 offensive line in the league maybe. Cole Strange, people were making fun of his draft pick. He's looking.
I said that at the beginning. I said that.
He's killing it at left guard.
I said that when they drafted him. I was like, look, y'all are saying shit about Bill Belichick drafting this guy, but he's going to be.
Iguana's playing better.
Yeah,
too.
Ikem Ekwonu, Isaiah Wynn at right tackle.
And the guy they traded away to replace him, Shaq Mason, he's not playing bad for the Bucs. He's not.
No.
But
rookies,
the Bucs are getting ripped apart.
Yeah, but
rookies are playing really well.
Ikem Ekwonu deserved to be starting. He was so good at Michigan. And you got Trent Brown on the left side. He kind of had a couple bad penalties on the last Mac Jones series. Just really dumb, just like a holding call, I think, and like a false start or two. It was a. But now back to the quarterback conversation. I don't like either one of our quarterbacks, Mac Jones or Bailey Zappi.
You don't like Bailey?
I like Bailey more than Mac because I think Bailey gives you everything that Mac can do and then some. But overall, I think they are the exact same quarterback.
Oh yeah.
Go ahead. Sorry. If I were the Patriots, I'm rolling with Bailey Zappi for the rest of the season.
Yeah.
I'm trading Mac Jones. Try to just salvage anything. Get like a second or a fourth maybe from some desperate team that really wants.
I was saying, who do you think would trade for Mac Jones?
I think
maybe the Texans.
I think he's an upgrade over Davis Mills.
Yeah.
Or even if you're like, I don't know. I haven't thought about that enough.
Steelers might want to.
Steelers?
I don't know.
Tampa? If it's the end of the season, Tampa.
I would trade him Tampa right now. Fuck it. But
Carolina?
At the end of the day, I despite the loss, I really like this Patriots team.
It's fun to watch.
They're fun to watch. I think they really nailed this last draft, Cole Strange. Despite the crap I was talking, Tyquan Thornton is a pretty decent wide receiver. He does provide a little element of speed.
Yeah.
Jack Jones in the secondary, Panda Jack. He is killing it. But I really like this Patriots team, and I think they are good.
I like that Ryan could take a positive spin on his team that lost. See, I'm talking about the Bucs, and I'm like, this team fucking sucks. Tear it down, fire the coaches.
Well, I mean, you guys do so.
Byron Leftwich needs to be fired, and that's all I'm going to say.
The Panthers' offense has generated more touchdowns than you guys.
The Panthers punted on the Buccaneers' 45-yard line. Yeah. They wanted to lose this game.
We did.
Also positive spin on the Bears. I think Bears defense. I said last week, Bears defense has been looking pretty good all season. Bears defense,
yeah.
Bears
Robert Quinn's a monster.
Bears defense continues to look good. I think you're going to start to see Justin Fields take this next step over the second half of the season.
I hope so.
Cole Kmet's a real good tight end. Darnell Mooney is probably
money with double O.
He's probably a number 2 in a good offense, a number 3 wide receiver in a great offense.
Yeah.
He's definitely not good enough to be number 1, but they've got enough okay wide receivers to kind of fill in the gaps. His running is incredible.
They still have Tariq Cohen?
I don't know if they do, and if they do, he's injured.
Yeah.
Didn't he have like a super terrible bad injury last year?
Yes, that's right. Yes, he did. Yeah.
But it's all right. Like we said, Herbert's playing pretty good. But I think this kind of changes the trajectory of the Chicago Bears for the rest of the season.
I mean, they're 3-4.
Yeah.
There's a lot. I think the entire NFC is like 3-4. So it's insane.
Yeah.
So that's where we're going to kind of transition into our power rankings here. It got really hard. It got really hard after the bottom 8 teams. It got really hard to rank these. So
Yeah, it got real hard.
Ryan, do you want to start us out with the bottom 5 here?
Yeah, I'll start off with the bottom 5. So at the bottom, we got the Houston Texans dropping 3, be the worst in the league. I think that's a fair point. They're just a roster devoid of talent, except for Dameon Pierce. Pretty good.
They're making it look close, but they're bad.
Yeah, they're pretty bad.
They're bad.
Next up, we've got the house team, the Detroit Lions, dropping 4 spots. I think worthingly. I think at the beginning of the season they looked real good, but I think they've got good. They've got good pieces in Amon-Ra St. Brown.
DeAndre Swift.
They got a good all line.
But I think we finally know.
Jared Goff, your goofball's
not it.
What if the Lions trade for Mac Jones? You know?
That wouldn't be the worst thing.
It would not be the worst. Can we just do that?
Are we riding, Ryan?
Huh?
Are we riding?
Riding what?
No,
The
we're
Broncos?
not riding, dude. We're getting off.
No, I'm still riding.
You're still riding?
I'm still riding with the Broncos.
Even though they're now the 30th ranked team in our power rankings?
Yeah, Broncos dropping 2 spots to be the 30th team in the power rankings. I think deservingly so, but I think I like them in like a masochistic sort of way.
2 teams above them.
We got the Pittsburgh Steelers dropping 4 spots very deservingly. This team it's well coached. I think they're in most of these games that they really shouldn't be, but they're just really not a good football team at the end of the day. They can't win games. Raising up 4 spots last, we got the Carolina Panthers.
Let's go, baby.
After a decisive win over the
Decisive, dude. Pretty much a shutout.
I call it a gentleman shutout.
Yeah, gentleman's shutout.
I call it a little dick tease almost.
You guys suck, Dookie.
Yeah.
Buccaneers are Dookie.
So if anybody doesn't know, the Friday before I left work, I bet my students that if the Panthers won, I'd give them all a free 100 on their assignment. And that's exactly what I did on Monday morning. I actually gave them two free 100s on it. 2 assignments.
Because it was that bad?
Because it was that bad. Because I knew they would say that shit. And the first thing they said, it was like, Mr. Kroll, I think we deserve 2 free for how bad that you guys got beat. And I was like, I already did it. I already did it.
I already accepted it.
I already did it. And then I said, yeah, maybe I wouldn't have had to do it if you didn't have a 12% in my class. But, that's that.
Yikes.
Yeah. So, anyway, Aaron, who we got for the next 5?
When your grade is my IQ.
Oh, jeez. Going on to the next 5. We have a bunch of teams kind of moving up 4 spots. We have the Panthers moving up 4, and then rounding out the 27th spot. We have the Chicago Bears moving up 4, the Commanders moving up 4 as well, followed by the New Orleans Saints, the Jacksonville Jaguars staying exactly where they were, and then the Indianapolis Colts dropping 2.
Commanders, big win over the Packers.
Very big win.
Not enough to move them up any higher than where they're at. I still think they're one of the worst teams in the league.
Well, the Packers also, I think the Packers is more the Packers.
Yeah, it was more of a Packers loss than a Commanders win. Just like it was more of a Buccaneers loss than a Panthers win.
I don't know.
I think is Taylor Heineke better than Carson Wentz?
Yes.
I feel like there's an argument.
Taylor Heineke should have started the season anyway.
I don't know. Carson Wentz had a pretty good last season in Indianapolis. I feel like he kind of got a little too much hate on them.
They'd be better off now with him.
Oh, they'd be way better off right now. I think we kind of, for the Colts, we really need to see how...
their, 8th quarterback goes first? Frank Reich.
What's his name again?
Sam Ehlinger.
Yeah, Sam Ehlinger.
Yeah.
Out of the University of Texas Hook'em Horns.
So above the Colts, we have a lot of teams that are going to take nose dives. The Browns are going to stay where they're at, even though they did lose by 3 to the Ravens. But then the Patriots are actually going to drop by 1. A tight loss there that they had against the who'd they lose to?
The Bears.
The Bears, yeah. A loss there to the Bears. And then the Packers are going to take a nosedive, dropping 7 spots that are from their loss against the Commanders. Deservingly so. The Falcons are going to drop 4 spots, but then the Raiders are only going to move up 1.
Raiders.
Hey, from where they were at the start of the season, the Raiders are looking.
They're the highest ranked 2-win team we have on the power rankings. So.
Well, because their first 3 games of the season was cracked.
Dude, they were the highest ranking 0-win team we had. I still think the Raiders are a good team.
They're a good team.
They're a really good team. They just
I
had
told
some
you.
horrible breaks.
I'm going to look at their schedule real quick because they're about to rattle off some big-time wins.
Could you look at the schedule while you're grabbing us a brew?
Oh, you want a brew?
All right, the Raiders play the Jags the next week. Then they play the Colts. Then they play the Broncos. Then they play the Seahawks.
So those
The
are 3
Chargers.
wins, and then maybe 2 losses.
I don't know. I think they beat the Chargers. Chargers are...
The Rams.
That's not a win.
The Pats.
That's a win.
The Steelers.
Possible.
The Niners.
L.
And the Chiefs.
L.
So
They can still be like a 700-ish team. I mean a 500 team.
They-
I hate
they're-
how a team can't be 500 now.
I hate
With the
that.
17 games and shit sucks.
But see,
Hey, Colts
it's hard.
can be 500.
They got they can be.
Yeah,
they got
they
the
can.
disadvantage. Oh, I'm good, homie. Thank
No,
you.
you're not.
I'm good. They got me on
You might as well leave that one out.
the Raiders.
Raiders.
All right, so above the Raiders, Ryan, who we got above the Raiders there?
Jamon. I've been used that joke way too
out your man.
So this is where we're going to see a lot of teams
Start to move up.
So
though.
okay, so this is where we hit the where do we put teams? Like pretty much once we hit the Colts threshold, we had no idea where to put teams.
Yeah, so there could be some arguments for where these teams should belong, but
Above the Raiders.
okay.
Oh.
So but
Sorry.
So above the Raiders, we got the Arizona Cardinals moving up 6 spots after that massive win on Thursday Night Football.
Look, their offense looked pretty good. D-Hop.
I mean, their defense looked good.
Yeah, their defense looked really good with the 2 pick sixes back to back. But I think D-Hop finally coming back. I think
That's
he
gonna be
did.
big for him.
He had
dude.
10 receptions for over 120 yards.
Yeah,
so
he
had a
got
big
20 fantasy points.
Yeah, he was a big game for him coming back.
Dude, I remember he posted on his Instagram story like a week or 2 ago because I guess he plays NFL fantasy too,
Oh.
and he posted something and said he's like me knowing that I have myself on my bench, but then I'm about to ball out, and he did. I mean, for his first game back, he played really well.
Him and Kyler obviously have some really good chemistry
Yeah, they
together.
do.
They added Robbie Anderson.
Yeah. Ugh.
I love how he was mad because he wasn't getting any targets at Carolina, and then we traded him, and he played that night for the Cardinals, and
Got 0 targets.
he got targeted one time. And 0 receptions. Sounds like Robbie Anderson to me.
Yeah,
Hey,
so
Ryan, who's going to drop to the 16th spot here?
We got dropping 4 spot. We got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
If it was up to me, they would have dropped a dead last.
They should be at least above the Packers, but I think the Buccaneers I can't even pinpoint what's going on. It's got to be coaching.
It's your O-line.
There's nobody cares. It just seems like nobody cares on this team.
Well-
They're all just we're assuming that they're going to make the playoffs.
I don't think Brady cares, and that's probably the.
Brady doesn't give a shit.
He should not have come back. He should have just stayed retired.
He wasted his marriage
loveless
for nothing, dude.
He blew up his marriage for nothing. He's
Hold-
wasting this team's time. He's wasting the rebuild to where we could find another quarterback.
Hold on.
He's wasting his
Put fucking Blaine
375.
Garrett in. We might actually play better.
He's
Blaine
missing his
Gabbert.
$370 million broadcasting contract.
Yeah, that
dude.
too.
Everyone seems to assume that that they're getting divorced because he decided to come out of retirement and go back to playing football.
No, I think they're getting divorced because he's a piece of shit.
Hot take.
But one take I've heard is that maybe you heard the marriage was starting to go to shit, and that's why Brady originally retired, so we could try to fix it. Once him and Giselle were like, "There's really no fixing this," Brady was like, "Well, I'm gonna go back to playing football." then."
Yeah.
So
Brady's playing bad right now because he just misses Gronk.
That's true.
he doesn't have a trustworthy target over the middle.
Well,
of
I
the
don't
field.
know that one tight end you have that
Cade Otton is playing a lot better
He's
as a
not
rookie.
bad, dude.
He's a rookie. He's playing hard.
number
He's-
88. He looks just like Gronk.
Dude, I love Cade Otton. So a really fun fact, it's pretty stupid, but I didn't realize this. I had him in Madden last year, and I drafted him in a fake draft, and I didn't realize he was a real player. And then I realized I saw the Buccaneers drafted a guy called Cade Otton, and I was like, no shit.
You're like,
I was like, he was actually a real person.
You're like, this is a really weird
I was like, this is such a
coincidence.
weird name. I was like, it didn't seem like a real guy. But all right, Ryan, run us all the way up to the number 12 spot there. So our 11th ranked player, or our 11th ranked team.
Well,
so run us from the Bucks up to the.
Just go into the top 10.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, going up to the top 10.
Oh yeah, sorry.
So then we got a couple of... Have you ever had a dream?
I told you every fucking time. You look like that kid, man. You look like that kid. And I hate to say it.
Well, it's because he's white, huh?
No.
Yeah, I'm being racially profiled here.
Yeah, I'm racially profiling you as a white male.
How dare you assume? So, we got a handful of teams raising up 3 spots. Starting off, we got the Tennessee Titans going up 3 spots after a nice little in-division win.
They're solid.
They're okay. They're well coached.
They'll win their division.
You got the Seattle Seahawks, baby, going up 3. I shit on them last week.
Excuse
Put the
you.
shit back in.
You have the NFC West leading Seattle Seahawks.
That's very true. Somehow behind the NFC West, not leading LA Rams going up once. Why did we do that?
It's just how it rolled. It's just how it rolled.
All right.
Just how it worked out.
It won't look like that next week, folks.
It's just because the Buccaneers dropped.
It's because the Bucks and the Packers dropped. That's why the Rams went up.
So the Rams only went up 1 spot, but going back to the trifecta, we got the Miami Dolphins going up 3 spots.
Tua's back.
They looked shaky at some points where they could have had at least easily 3 interceptions.
Yeah, but it's also his first game.
Yeah.
You know,
He's still a little wobbly.
let's say 3 weeks ago
I
he
think
was.
he can see kind of straight.
His
Yeah,
quote-unquote back's still hurting him. So,
Listen, 3 weeks ago he was throwing up gang signs to the crowd.
Yeah.
He was doing the blood thing with his fingers.
No.
Speaking of disappointing.
Oh, we got the San Francisco 49ers.
Speaking of disappointing above the
dropping 2
Niners.
spot.
The Chargers. They look
The LA
like
Chargers
doo-doo.
are
It's the Chargers, dude. They're going to win big, and then they're going to lose to a shitty fucking team.
Or they're just a bad
I think-
football team.
I think
it's
the
Brandon
Chargers.
Staley, this coaching.
I think the Chargers are definitely up for the most inconsistent team in the NFL.
I would say
I would easily give you that, or it would be either the Falcons are very inconsistent.
No,
this
no,
year.
no, 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 no. The Chargers. Just because they're supposed to be.
They're supposed to be good.
You've seen glimpses of how good they can.
All right, well then I would argue that the Bucks and the Packers are inconsistent.
No,
I don't-
those
I
no.
don't
no.
think anyone really
No.
thought this Packers
would-
offense was going to be.
That's also
Right.
facts.
Yeah, the Packers are about where I thought they were going to be. I would say the Buccaneers might be one of the biggest disappointments.
Yes, they are. Well, I mean, look at
I
the
said they-
offense: Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, Julio Jones, Cameron Brate, Leonard Fournette. Like
Julio
we're not supposed to be
Jones.
I
bad.
mean, Julio
Julio
Jones hasn't even like
Jones.
really played.
Okay, but he's still a 10-time Pro Bowler.
I mean, he's still
Julio
getting. I
looking
mean,
like-
He's still
he's
6'6".
Yeah, he's still sitting there collecting a paycheck
every
while sitting
single
on the
week while
couch,
sitting
dude.
on the couch.
Yeah, I mean, he
Julio
doesn't give a
Jones
fuck.
looking like the Julio Jones.
Still Julio. Yeah. All right, Aaron, give us our top 10, starting with what team?
I get the whole top 10.
Get the whole top 10.
Oh my goodness! All right, so rounding in the top 10, breaking in for what I think is the first time.
Oh shit! Actually, they're number 9. Oopsies.
breaking in the top 9. We have the
Top ranking in the top 9.
we
Breaking
have
in
the
the-
Chargers as a top 10 team.
Yeah, because they're still 4 and whatever.
I
5
think
and 2, whatever.
that could be that we might have fucked up on that one. But either
Who's
way,
gonna go above
No, listen,
them?
this is
the
a perfect
49ers
list.
I think could go above the Chargers.
They just got blown out.
The Chargers have 2 embarrassing L's. Either way, okay, so the Chargers are somehow 10th.
Yeah, fuck the Chargers. We're done with them.
Fuck them. They kind of suck.
Top 9, baby. That's all
Top
that
9.
matters
That's all that
in
matters. Yeah,
football.
top 9. So we have the Jets sliding in, which, like I said, I believe is the first time that they've been there.
Oh,
They've
yeah,
never
most
been that
certainly.
high.
So good for them. And then coming in above them, the 8th spot, we have the Cowboys staying exactly where they were.
Those Cowboys.
They had a solid win.
Yep.
That's all I'm going to say about the Cowboys. They had a solid win. They beat a team that they should have.
Dak's
Their
back.
dude, their defense looks outstanding.
Their defense is good. Top
Their
5.
defense looks outstanding.
Top 5 defense. At least just by the eye test.
Yeah. Michael Parsons
Vikings.
is a beast.
Vikings are going to drop 1.
Bye week, whatever. That just happens. How the ball
They're
rolls.
they're a team that I think you can fit in the same category as
Colts.
as I was going to say as the Giants.
Yes.
As they've gotten a win just by sneaking away with like a 1-score game,
But
but that's just good coaching. You just know how to win.
I don't know. I think the Giants have looked better than the Vikings.
Well, and that's why they're ahead of them.
Defensively, the Giants have looked better than the
Yes.
Vikings, but offensively, the
Yes.
Vikings still look better.
And then squeaking into the number 6 spot, we have the Ravens moving up 1.
Yeah.
The Bengals make a big move. They're jumping up.
Huge game by Joe
Jumping,
Burrow.
yeah, jumping up 5 spots. That just really just kind of solidifies like the Bengals can prove to be as explosive as they were last year. And I think from what Dominic said from episode 1, talking about the Rams coming off that Super Bowl hangover, I think the Bengals experienced it even more without even winning. I think just it was such a young team, and they got there.
They also had to get their offensive line right.
Yes, so I think the Bengals made a big statement, and I think they're going to be they're here to stay.
Yeah. What you got, Ryan?
Joe Burrow, week 1, 2 touchdowns, 4 picks. Since then,
What did he start like 1, right?
13 touchdowns, 1 pick.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, look, the top 2 wide receivers this week were Jamar Chase and
T. Higgins.
T. Higgins, or was it Tyler Boyd?
Or
It might have been T. Higgins and Tyler Boyd.
No,
I mean, they all went off.
It was definitely Jamar Chase.
Yeah, it was definitely Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, they went off this week.
Usually
And
it's
of
T. Higgins.
Aaron had Joe Burrow on his bench.
Yeah, I had him on my bench, but it's fine. I still with him on my bench, I still scored the most points out of fantasy this week.
Yep, and
So-
those are the only teams that are going to move for us in the top 10.
Yeah, the rest of the top 4 is all staying the same. So we have the Giants coming in at the 4 spot, the Chiefs coming in at the 3 spot, and the Eagles staying where they are. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. The Eagles staying where they are, and the Bills coming in still at the number 1 spot.
Yeah, so the Bills and Eagles had a bye week, so we just didn't feel like it was right to move the Chiefs up, even though they did dominate the 49ers.
Yep.
Like we said earlier, I looked down, it was 14-3. I looked up, it was like 31-13. Like, it was insane how quickly the Chiefs were able to score.
Yeah.
I want to go ahead and look and review at the playoff picks that Dominic and I made.
Yeah, we should go ahead and look back at those.
Before we go into that,
They're in the... I got it right here.
I want to pull them up too.
So, go ahead, Ryan, what you got?
I was going to say, before we go into that, you had what, the Mavericks winning?
I did.
Okay, well, there's 6:44 left in the first. New Orleans is up 21-11. It was 21-8.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's all right, but it's all right. The Mavericks don't have a single rebound.
Yeah. So, looking at our playoff standings, I'm not looking good in the AFC.
You're looking great.
I have the Colts at the number 1 seed. That was purely, this is actually perfect. We're going into week 8. Week 8 into halfway through the season. Colts are not looking great. They still could turn it around. Who knows? They could still win that division. They're still right there. But not the number 1 seed. And then the only other team in there that's not playing well right now are the Broncos. I would say my Dolphins pick is still pretty solid.
Yeah,
I still think they can make it.
as long as Tua stays healthy,
Yeah.
they'll be a playoff team.
But the Broncos look...
yeah,
And then
Horrible.
in the NFC, it's a toss-up. I really only think the Lions are my only bad pick so far still. I still think maybe the Rams can turn it around. The Cardinals, no. But again, I still don't think the Seahawks are going to win that division.
Yeah.
So,
I don't think Cardinals is a bad pick necessarily.
Nah.
I think.
Are the Buccaneers going to be the number 2 seed? No. But they're still going to win the division.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are the Vikings going to be the number 3 seed? Maybe. They probably might be the number 2 seed because they have an easy schedule.
The Vikings are definitely going to win the division.
Yeah. Oh, easily now with the Packers being so bad.
Yeah.
So, Aaron, what you got?
For my AFC, there's 2 teams.
Yeah.
Actually, there's 3.
3.
I don't really feel great about the Chargers, the Colts, and the Patriots.
Yeah, but the Chargers can still make the playoffs, though, so you still get points for that.
Yeah, they can still make. If 2 teams aren't going to make it, it'd be the Colts and the Patriots.
Yeah.
I think the AFC is just too strong. I didn't think that. What is it? The AFC East?
West. The AFC West. Oh, the AFC East looks really good.
Is that's one?
Yeah,
the
the Bills,
Patriots
the
are in.
Panthers, the Bills, the Dolphins, and the Jets.
Yeah, so I didn't think.
Hey,
I
we
didn't
shit
think
on
that
TK.
division.
We shit on TK for the Jets pick.
Yeah, we
TK's
did.
got the Jets going to the playoffs.
Yeah, only one of us.
Only one.
And then moving on to my NFC, obviously having the Bucks as the number 1 isn't feeling very good. Also, I'm not very fond of the Packers being in there.
You're really going to point out the Packers being the incident there in your playoff standings?
Yes, I am.
You're really confident about the Panthers, aren't you?
I think they can make it.
Okay.
Based off their schedule for the rest of the year, we have 2 to 3 really tough games
That's facts.
in our schedule. And other than that, they're winnable.
You've already beaten the Bucks.
We've
So you've
beaten
already proven you can beat us.
We've proven we can beat pretty much anyone in the division. I think if
Falcons
we
this
can,
week.
I think we haven't seen us beat the Falcons yet.
But you always beat the
But I think if we can at least split
Yeah.
our series with the Falcons, we'll be okay. Especially because we're playing in Atlanta this week.
Looking.
So
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I think it's possible. I still feel good about the Cowboys. I was really stressed whenever Dak got hurt, but I did not expect them to play as well as they did with Cooper Rush. So shout out to him. You and Chase are definitely going to struggle with having the Lions.
I was
going to
say, let's go ahead and look at Chase. I think the only downside of Chase's playoffs are his 7 seeds, or his Colts and his Lions. Now, obviously, he has the Packers winning their division.
And he also has the Panthers in there too, which,
Yeah.
like I said, I'm not
His
totally
NFC's,
confident.
His NFC's rough.
But I am more confident on the Panthers getting a wild card spot than I am with the Packers getting in.
I would feel more confident in the Panthers winning the division than I would them making a wild card spot.
Well,
Because I think they have a better chance. At making the.
They're going to have to win the division to get in.
Yeah, I would say the only way
I'm saying
NFC
points.
South team
Just
to go in.
points.
Yeah. Oh, points wise, yes.
Like I'm just going
And then
off of,
TK, we clowned them for the Jets. Oh, but by the way, Chase has the best positioning for the Colts, so he would be the best points wise for his Colts pick.
but he also has the Titans really high.
But the Titans are going to win their division.
I don't
That's
know.
fair.
Listen, Titans are 4-2.
I'll say the Titans can easily get the 3 seed.
I think
Titans can easily get the 3
the
seed.
Titans are looking like they're back in form, but I think Jacksonville can if they clean up their game. Jacksonville can
clean
be
up that
there.
roster of theirs.
No, it's not even the roster. If they clean up their game, they've had too many turnovers.
They're sloppy.
Too many reckless turnovers. If Jacksonville would play smart football, they could easily beat the Titans in that division.
They could easily be like 4-2 right now.
Yes, and they'd be much higher on our rankings compared to when we started the season. We were very high on the
Yeah.
Jags.
Oh yeah.
I haven't had a Duval out of you in like the past 3
No,
weeks.
I'm kind of done with the Duvals there. We ain't gonna get them.
I don't blame you.
And then let's go with TK here. It looks like he's got the Colts pretty high, but we clowned him for the Jets pick. But the Jets are good. But his Raiders pick's not looking too
I think
hot.
they can still slide in.
They can still slide in, maybe in the 7th seed.
I think
But
they
then
can.
his NFC's a
The
mess.
Bears, the
His
Bears,
NFC's a mess.
Saints.
The Saints, the Bears, the Cardinals, the Rams.
Cardinals aren't bad.
But
Cardinals can do it.
yeah,
they can
but the
do
Saints
it.
and the Bears and the Rams
I think
that they're high.
I think
are
the
bad.
Cardinals and Rams are in the same division, right?
Yes.
I think the Cardinals may have a chance of beating the Rams. The Rams do not look good this year.
Not a single one of us have teams like the Seahawks in the playoffs. Not a single one of us have well, we have the Jets in there, so I can't say
None
that.
of us have the Giants.
Not a single one of us have the Giants.
Not a single person.
Not a single one.
But I mean, who would have?
Nobody.
Nobody would have counted that at the start of the season.
Nobody.
So Daniel Jones is really
I would say it's
proven
more
himself.
Brian Daboll than Daniel.
Well, yeah, but Daniel Jones has also proven he's capable of winning games.
Oh, yeah.
And that's all that matters for him right now. And also look back on our percentages here
Oof.
and win ratios across the board.
Oof.
Let's see here. So Chase and I are tied for the lead. We're both 60, 47, and 1.
TK is going to come in second place with his win percentage.
Yep.
His win percentage is going to be 53%. He's at 49 and 43.
You're also tied with TK.
But I'm also then tied with TK. But I would say technically I've lost more games.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I've lost 50. I went 57, 50, and 1. I did not have a good week again.
Jason Garrett went 57. Is total 57, 50, and 1. He's at 53%. And then Ryan will get him involved. I think after 3 weeks, if you put it in picks, we'll start getting your average, like your total.
I damn.
Yeah.
So, but
That's why Jordy's not
Ryan.
included in
Yeah,
it.
that's why. So we haven't had Jordy. Jordy's gonna be back eventually. He just hasn't been sending him picks. So we'll get him eventually.
Yeah, calling you out, Jordy.
Yeah, Jordy. What the hell? No, I'm joking. He's doing his comedy stuff, and then we got Ryan coming in at 7 and 6. It's a decent first week. I mean, you can't
Should have
really
been
complain.
13-0.
Should
the
have
best
been
week of my life.
But yeah, man, I think we're all very excited going into next week. I think we've really loved enjoying this NFL season so far. It's been up and down,
So
side
much
to
parity.
side. It's been insane. I think there's definitely like the freaking script writers are doing their job this year, baby.
Yeah.
They're going crazy.
Yeah, Mr. Roger Goodell.
Good old.
Have we gone over our week 8 picks?
No, let's go ahead and hit him.
I'm gonna take another leak. You guys can go ahead and read off the first 2 weeks because
Yeah, so starting off in Thursday Night Football.
Pretty bleak.
Yeah, I say starting off pretty bleak here in Thursday Night Football is going to be the Ravens at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and we are taking a full clean sweep across the board. Every single one of us are taking the Baltimore Ravens, including Jason Garrett, the coin. I have no confidence in the Bucs this week. I just don't think they're going to be able to put it together. So that's all I got.
Bucs rush defense has not been looking
They look
great.
atrocious.
And Ravens are going to rush the hell out of the ball.
Lamar Jackson's like number 3 in the league in rushing yards.
He's number 5 in the
Number
league.
5? Okay.
Yeah, I just saw it online.
And then what do we got in the 9:30 slot on Sunday morning in London, Ryan?
Oh, in London, we got the Denver Broncos and Jacksonville Jaguars.
Oh, they're going to play some footy over in London. I'm going to go ahead and take the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Oh, I don't brush my teeth. I'm a British person.
Oh, as a British person, who do you think you're going to have?
Oh,
But Chase and TK are going to take the Jaguars. And so is Jason Garrett going to take the Jaguars. So is Aaron. He's also going to take the Duval. Ryan?
I think those horses are going to take a stroll.
Them bloody horses over
Them
there.
bloody horses are going to take a stroll. I like the Denver Broncos this week. I picked the Denver Broncos last week, and it burned me. I just really don't trust Jacksonville. They play really sloppy, and they're going to look really sloppy against one of the better defenses in the
Sloppy
league.
and floppy, baby.
Yes, sir.
Jacksonville.
That's my nickname in high school.
I say Texas sloppy toppy.
floppy, dude.
Jacksonville does have a good defense, especially Josh Allen on their defensive line looks really good this year.
Trayvon Walker's looking
Trayvon
pretty-
Walker is looking like a deservingly number 1 pick.
Yeah.
So I'll definitely take that. Next week we got the battle possibly for the number 1 spot in the NFC South.
Lord have
Split
mercy.
evenly between all the people right there.
I'm taking the Falcons because I just really hope they win.
Ryan is also taking the Falcons. Do you have any reasons for that, sir?
Yeah, they got the better quarterback.
Jason,
They got the better quarterback. They got the better coach. They got a better.
Yeah.
I don't know if they have a better defense, but I think
I think
their defense on paper is playing just about as
Well,
pretty evenly.
Jason Garrett's also going to take the Falcons.
Yeah.
But we're Aaron. Second week in a row.
I think I'm speaking for Chase and TK this week, where I'm saying that our defense is proven to be real.
It is.
And I think that our team is not only going to have momentum, but they're really going to be believing in themselves.
Yeah.
I think
Brian Burns played a hell of a fucking game against
the
Tampa
whole team
Bay.
did.
Yeah.
The whole team did. Our offensive line is looking like it's top 7 in the league.
I would watch your mouth there, homie, but
Top 10. Our offensive line looks
I'll give you
good.
top 15.
I'll give you like top 32.
I'll give you top 15.
I like top 32.
I'll give you top 15, but I
Dude,
wouldn't say top 10. Your guards
see-
are still pretty bad.
The guards are, yeah, but I don't know. I think the Panthers are really. They're gonna see. I at least hope. This is me picking the Panthers just with my heart this week. Is that I want the storyline for them. And was it Sam Wilkes or whatever the fuck his name is?
Steve Wilkes.
Steve Wilkes. Well, I don't know. I just hope the Panthers can do it. I think if they do it, it'll be they can be top of the division, right? Or
Oh, yeah.
tied for it at
If
least.
so if the Panthers win and the Buccaneers lose, the Panthers will be leading the division at 3-5 because they will have 3 divisional wins.
Listen, I don't feel as confident about the Falcons winning this game as I would have if you asked me last week. Because last week I thought the Panthers would doo shit.
Everyone did.
Right here, live, right now, I've changed my pick. I am
should-
taking the Panthers.
I'm not because I still want to win, but
I am taking the Panthers.
I don't feel as confident, but I still feel pretty confident. You know.
Let's run the next games couple kind of quick because they're kind of snoozers. So I'm going to take the Cowboys against the Bears.
I'm taking the Cowboys.
Ryan?
Yeah, I'm taking the Bears. I don't think the Cowboys' offense is looking all that great, and I like the Bears' defense.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
I think this is gonna be a defensive game.
Oh yeah.
I think Cowboys definitely have the advantage, but I don't know.
Chase is going to take the Cowboys. TK is going to take the Cowboys, and Jason Garrett's going to take the Bears.
Serving him clapping again. I don't know
Next
how that
game,
was
we
last
have
week.
another kind of a snoozer. We got the Miami Dolphins at the Detroit Lions. I'm going to take Tua and the Dolphins.
You heathen.
I know.
This is a Lions household, dude.
I know.
For 2 weeks in a row, you were betraying your own house rules.
Hey, 2 weeks in a row, I'm gonna get a dub.
I don't care because you're starving for them. Because you're bad at picking games, so you're starving for dubs, dude.
I am starving for dubs.
Me and Chase are leading. We pick the Lions every week.
And Jason Garrett's been high on
Jason Garrett's been riding.
Lions.
He's been riding. Jason Garrett's cooler than you guys are.
Yeah, man.
That's for damn sure.
And then the next
TK.
game, I think the next game after this, I think the Cardinals and the Vikings are going to be a sneakily good 1:00 game.
Also, don't let me get me wrong. I think the Dolphins are going to win.
Oh yeah,
that game. I mean, come on. But I just, it's for the meme.
Yeah.
At this point, I want to get to the end of the season, and if
picking the Lions.
And if I win, I'll be like, I gave away 16 L's.
Yeah, because you went 1-6. If they go 1-16, they have to fire Dan Campbell.
Sadly, but yes.
But anyway, I think the Cardinals and the Vikings are going to be a sneakily good game. I'm going to take the Vikings in this one in a close matchup. I think they're going to win like 26-24.
Give me this game on primetime instead of the Bengals and Browns on Monday Night Football.
No. Or the Packers and the Bills.
Well, before the season started, that on paper is a good matchup.
Yeah.
Honestly, dude, give me the Giants and Seahawks on primetime.
Honestly, yeah.
Yeah, I'll take that. Give me that instead of the fucking Thursday night game. Ravens Bucks. Put that 1:00.
See, but on paper, that's another
good one.
I say on paper. Listen,
like,
I think it'll be quite entertaining to watch Lamar Jackson put 180 rushing yards.
Yeah.
On 5 carries.
But on back to the Cardinals Viking games, it's another game where we're evenly split down the middle.
Me, Chase, and TK are taking the Vikes.
Yeah, and me and Ryden are riding with the Cardinals, and I think for me it's more of
D-Hop.
I think yes, the Cardinals getting D-Hop back is a huge step, but I also think that the Cardinals may have more losses, but I think number one it goes to strength of schedule again. And the fact that the Vikings, the only really dominant win that they've had, and it wasn't even dominant, it was a comeback win, was the one against the Dolphins.
Yeah.
I think that's the only good win they have to hang their hat on.
Yep.
Because other than that, they barely squeaked out a win against the Saints, who were pretty dookie. So I think I like the Cardinals. I think that they're finally kind of figuring out their offense. I think their coach realizes he's fighting for his job.
Yeah.
I think the Cardinals are going to be another playoff team this year.
Yeah,
and if they're going to be, they need to win this game.
Truth.
So
what you got, Ryan?
Yeah, I think the Cardinals are going to win because I hate the Vikings.
Yeah, that's facts. Next game, we all got a clean sweep besides Jason Garrett. We're all taking the Raiders over the Saints.
I don't like this. Can we change my pick live to the Saints?
Yeah, of course.
Thanks, man.
I want
another L on my list.
It has been funny though because I've been looking back on our picks and we definitely seem to like to ride with the Raiders.
We love to ride. Well, because
Raiders
they're supposed to be a good
They
team.
have a good roster. Devontae Adams, Josh Jacobs, Derek Carr's not a bad quarterback. They should
Darren
be
Waller.
Derek Carr is such a good quarterback.
I'll take him in the Bay.
I'd rather take. I mean, I think a lot of people compare. I think
you take Mason Rudolph in the Bay.
No, he won't.
Okay.
No. Well, I think a lot of people compare Derek Carr and Kirk Cousins, and I would take Derek Carr every day of the week over Kirk Cousins.
Give me Kirk Cousins in the 1:00 window every week.
Fuck you. That's not what matters.
No.
Your facts.
Kirk Cousins has no mobility. At least.
No, that's facts. Yeah, Derek Carr can at least move.
Derek Carr can move. He's got like that sneaky little like pocket awareness. He can slip and slide and then throw the ball to the other team.
And he's also the type of quarterback to where defenses never really expect that from him.
Yeah.
So he can bust it out 2-3 times a game on a third and long or whatever.
Yeah.
And they're covering deep and he has easy 15 yards. So I think the Raiders are another team, just like the Cardinals, that where if they get some wins going,
they can make a push.
They can be a good team.
And speaking of a good team, I think the Jets are going to blow out the Patriots this week.
Yeah, I think the only reason you're going with the Patriots is because you're just a New Englander.
No, I legitimately think the Patriots are going to win this.
They could win. I really do think. If they start Bailey Zappi, I think they'll win.
They're going to start Bailey. How do you start Mac Jones?
Also, Bryce Hall is out.
Brees Hall.
But
they traded for James Robinson.
They did they?
Yes, they traded for James Robinson.
Sneaky good trade.
I just got rid of him. Damn it.
Yeah, so I
just released him.
I think the Jets are going to be fine. I think they're going to win. So Ryan and Jason Garrett are running with the Pats there. We're going to move into the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Eagles. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Ryan.
I was going to say similar thing. I think Bill Belichick is going to make Zach Wilson beat him with his arm, and Zach Wilson the only thing he can beat with his arm is MILFs in his meat.
What if the Jets put in
Joe Flacco.
Joe Flacco to start the
Can
game?
they put in Mike White?
Okay, but honestly though,
if they put in,
that would
The
be,
offense was running better.
that
with
would
Joe
be
Flacco.
so cool.
It was
though.
running a lot better
That'd be
with
so
Joe
cool if
Flacco.
like of game day, it's like, oh yeah, we're starting Joe Flacco.
If they
because
put-
they prepare the whole week to play Zach Wilson, and you're just like, oh yeah, by the way,
they could say that they're starting Joe Flacco on Monday, and I'd pick the Jets to beat the Patriots.
Yep.
But right now,
I would agree.
I like the Patriots better.
Next game, we got everybody's taking the Eagles over the Pittsburgh Steelers, except for Jason Garrett. And then we have everybody's taking the Titans over the Texans, except for Aaron. Aaron's taking the Texans.
I think this is
A misprint.
one of those games that I'm just taking a shot on this week.
Okay.
It's one that I saw everyone else picking the Titans, and I was maybe more confident.
Dude,
in it.
sometimes, you know what?
Maybe more. No, don't you?
You know what?
Live,
you're gonna
live.
stream snipe me.
No,
dude.
live, I'm taking the Bucks.
Hold on,
Ooh.
Live, I'm taking the Bucks.
You put under my
Wait.
name.
Oh, oops.
live. I'm right here doing this.
Yeah.
Doing this live. Give me the Steelers.
Woo!
Give me the Steelers.
You guys are pulling a me from last week.
Dude,
No, I just think-
we're always heinous at this time now. We've been changing our picks a lot.
Well,
at the time
because
of
we
recording.
talk about it more.
We
think
start
about it
thinking.
more.
We start thinking. Yeah.
I just don't. I don't think the Eagles are a good second half team, and I think Pittsburgh's been playing.
That's
close.
why I'm picking the Bucks because I don't think the Ravens are a good second half.
Oh, they're
team.
not at all.
Yeah.
But I don't think the Buccaneers are a good four-quarter team.
I don't think they're a good team. All right, after the Texans and the Titans, we got, I think, the worst game of the week. We got the Colts and the Commanders. I'm taking the Colts.
I think this game will not be the least interesting game because there's two backup quarterbacks.
Two very, very mobile backup quarterbacks.
That's true.
Yeah. I think the Commanders are gonna kind of ride their wave that they're on right now after that big win over the Packers. Heineke proved that he's able to do it. He's able to be a good quarterback, and
He's proved that for like almost 2 seasons.
I know.
That's true.
I think he should have started this year anyway, and I think that shows between all of us except for Dominic and Jason Garrett the coin because all of us picked the commies except for you two. So.
I just think the Colts, this is one of those must-win games that they're going to pull out, kind of like that Chiefs game a few weeks ago in week like 3 or 4 that they beat the Chiefs. I think this is one of those games that they're like, look, we need to win this fucking game, and if we don't, we're done. So I think the Commanders on the other side of that coin were like, look, if we don't win this game, who really cares? We're trying to get the number 1 pick anyway. So next we got the who?
We got the San Francisco 49ers at the LA Rams. I got the LA Rams in this game. But Cam Akers is no longer a problem. He's not on the team. Rams know who their running back is. They're coming off bye. Yeah, that's about it.
I didn't take the streak last time, so I'm going to take it this time. Sean McVay does not play well, does not coach well against the 49ers, so I'm taking the 49ers.
I'm taking the 49ers because I feel like they'll really have CMC fully implemented in their
This
offense.
would be so much fun to watch.
And
Yeah,
I think,
for about a quarter and a
I
half
think,
until he pulls a hammy.
I think they're going to be, if he stays healthy, right, the 49ers will be the most fun team to watch offensively in the NFL.
Think about this right
Can you
now.
imagine them next year when they get Trey Lance back?
Think about this right now. Technically,
God.
the second seed in the NFC is 5-1 at the Vikings, and then the third seed in the NFC, I think, is what 3-4 Buccaneers.
No, you got the Cowboys 4-2.
No, because they're leading. The division leader is 6-0.
Oh, that's true.
So technically, the second seed is the Vikings. The third seed is the Bucks. Am I correct in that?
I'll look it up.
would it be the Bucks or would it be the
Who's the other division?
Seahawks?
It would be the Seahawks. Yeah, the Seahawks are at 4-3, or the third seed, and the Bucks are 3-4 at the fourth seed.
I know not.
Yeah, imagine that. Who would have picked that at the beginning of the season?
I know not.
Yeah. Next game we have the New York Giants at the Seattle Seahawks. I didn't ride with them last week, so I'm taking them this week. Let's fucking go, Geno. And then Ryan, you're taking Geno with me.
Yeah, I shit on them last week and they proved me wrong. They blew out the Chargers pretty convincingly. Kenneth Walker's a legit number 1 running back.
Easy. And
Yeah,
Aaron, you're betraying us.
Yeah, see, I'm just better than you guys, so I'm picking the Giants.
Okay. Same with Chase and TK.
Yeah.
But I have Jason Garrett on my side.
No, I think that the Giants, I'm gonna believe in them. I think that if they are real, and with their defense playing the way that they are, this should be one that they should knock down.
How many points?
If they don't win this game, my belief in the Giants is gonna drop significantly.
Okay, I'll give you that, but I think if they lose this game and then
It
they come
depends-
back
it
and then they
depends
come
on
back
how
and
they lose
win,
it.
if they lose this game and they come back and win next week, I'll have more faith in them next week than I do this week.
Listen,
Because I have not seen them come off of a loss in a long time. All right, and I want to see this team come off of a loss and be able to make another run. So if they lose and they go 6-2, and then they come out and they wind up being 8-2, I'll feel much better about them at 8-2 than I do at 6-1.
Yeah.
If that makes a lot of sense.
No, it does.
Yeah.
It makes sense. I mean, I think that's a fair reasoning. But I think this is just it's a divisional.
No, it's not.
Sorry, not divisional. It's a conference.
Conference, yeah.
It's a conference rival. I know it doesn't mean as much in football,
But it does.
but
for
it
seeding.
does. But it does. So I think with the way the Seahawks have been playing, I know the Seahawks have a pretty weak schedule coming up. It seems like. So I think the Giants really need this game. I know they're sitting well at 6-1, but if 7-1 and
Dude.
6-2 is a huge difference.
And then for the Seahawks, 5-3 and 4-4 is a big difference
Yes,
as
it
well.
is, especially with the way
Dude,
the NFC is shaking.
coming out of this game, even the Giants lose. The Giants 6-2 and the Seahawks 5-3.
It's insane.
What the fuck?
Yes, it's insane. I mean, either way, it's stupid.
But speaking of teams that need a win, the Packers are heading to the Bills on Sunday Night Football.
Packers need a dub, but they're definitely not going to get one.
Packers are 10.5-point underdogs.
This is the largest underdog Aaron Rodgers has ever had in his career.
This could get ugly quick. This might look like Week 2 Bills.
38-3. No, it could look like Week
Bills-
3 against the Steelers, 38-3.
Week 1 was, Week 2 against the Titans. Bills won 41-7.
Okay, that was a lot worse too.
Well, and it's Bills off a bye week, too.
Oh God! In Buffalo.
In Buffalo.
Where it's gonna
okay.
be cold and
Okay.
crappy.
This might
See,
be one of my biggest confidence.
but-
I might lock in the Bills.
But you can't use weather
Yeah, okay.
and
No, because
No.
the Packers play in Green Bay.
Okay.
you can't
Yeah, but
use
cold-
weather
but
as
But
an
it's cold in
excuse.
Buffalo is
I
different
said-
than that.
It's not.
No, it's not that.
It's just
that
as cold.
Cold weather benefits physical teams and run teams. The Packers.
They're not that.
I say, look at the Packers
They have
last
Aaron
year.
Jones. That's
They
it.
pay to be like that, but they don't run.
No, they don't. Use Aaron. I would say Aaron Jones is more. of a
Use Aaron
receiving
Jones and
back.
AJ Dillon. You have them both. Why are you not using them?
Shit, we're almost at 2 hours.
Yeah, it's a good one. It's a good podcast.
Yeah.
Long podcast.
So to clean it up and
For
finish it
3
out.
people, dude.
Yeah,
that's
say
a
the-
long podcast.
To finish it out, let's go ahead and head to
Next
Monday Night
Monday.
Football in Cleveland. I'm going to pick the Bengals, but I really think the Browns are going to win this game because they need it. They need this win. They're going to try to stay relevant when Deshaun Watson comes back.
I would pick the Browns in this week if Joe Burrow did not play as good as he did last week. I think if Joe Burrow had played
Normal.
kind of how he was throughout the first few weeks of this season, even though he only has the one interception after week 1 or whatever, I think they haven't shown. And I said it. I know I've said it earlier. They didn't show the explosiveness. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The explosiveness that the offense had last season.
They were not having the Jamar Chases having
No.
the 200-yard games and
No.
stuff like that.
But I think the fact that teams knew what they were going to do last year, and they watched film and they applied that in the first few games this season. And I think now the coaches are having to realize that they have to make up some new plays for Jamar. And I think we've seen those over the past 2 weeks. And the Bengals look good, so I'm riding on that train. I'm willing to take an L, believing that the Bengals should beat the Browns because they fucking should.
They should.
I would take the Browns if they had literally any other human being at quarterback.
Jacoby Brissett isn't bad, dude.
He's proving to me more and more that he is not the guy, though.
Yeah, he's pretty terrible.
He's proven to me that he's a good backup.
For
No.
a game or two.
For what you like.
But he's not an extended starting backup.
No. And I'm not sitting here arguing that.
Yeah.
But I still think
He's not a Jimmy G.
No, but I think that he's still proving to be
pretty bad.
Hell yeah. I was going to say better than what I think people expected at the start of the season.
What,
He's
bad?
about where I expected him to be.
I said, but he's made a few decent plays. I think.
I would actually think
I think the Cleveland Browns defense hasn't been as good.
That's what I'm going to
expected
say.
them
I'll
to
say
be.
their defense has been very disappointing this year, especially their defensive line.
They needed their defense to be better to have Jacoby Brissett give them a chance until Deshaun Watson came back.
Well, that's what happens when you
And
pay all that guaranteed money.
That's going to go down as one of the worst contracts, dude. Because I'm a believer that Deshaun Watson is going to come back after a year and a half, almost 2 years of not playing football. And I think that Deshaun Watson is going to be booty cheeks for the rest of his career.
They will never win a Super Bowl.
I think not only the Russell Wilson trade, the Russell Wilson trade is going to go down as one of the worst trades in NFL history. And I think from the same year, this trade for Deshaun Watson will go down as just as bad, if not worse, just because of the social implications.
Oh yeah,
that trade has. And for you to give that man all that money is just ridiculous. So I think that teams are taking swings just as much as we're taking swings in our predictions every week.
Oh yeah.
And they took swings in the offseason this year. I think it was a very exciting offseason. It was good for the sport what the offseason was. But I think that a lot of teams are realizing that it doesn't pay to do what the Rams did last year.
You know what this is going to prove? Damn it, you just said. I was going to say it's going to prove that, hey, maybe it is smart to build through the draft.
Mm-hmm.
To keep your own guys in the building.
Yeah, it's like the Rams got lucky. The Rams should have lost that Super Bowl.
Now, I don't know. I
made
don't.
it to the Super Boll.
No,
they were a Jimmy Ward drop interception away from the San Francisco 49ers going to the Super Bowl.
They were one first down away from losing to the Bucs in the divisional round.
They were one Eli Apple interception away from losing the Super Bowl.
Yeah, so I mean, the Rams.
They
We can say that every
chest.
year, though. Every year we can say a team got lucky. Like the Bucs got lucky when they went to the Super Bowl.
I don't think that was luck. I think there's certain.
They got lucky against Washington. They did. In the wild card, they got lucky.
I still think that there are. I think the Rams are one of the luckiest teams I've seen. I wouldn't say that it doesn't happen, but I think for last year for the Rams to make it work where they mortgaged their whole future, and they did all that, I think it is a 1 in 10 shot that season actually worked out the way that it did.
Their first Super Bowl, I would say, was more lucky they got there from that.
But you see it though. But you see it.
Yeah.
And you look at their team now. And their team's already falling apart. Jesus Christ.
Oh, dude, can you get me
an
inhaler?
And their team's already falling apart from what it was last season because they already traded away Von Miller, who was a big piece of their team.
No, he didn't trade. He was free agent.
Okay. But still, I mean, it's like...
They lost their left tackle in retirement. They lost Von Miller.
Mm-hmm.
Aaron Donald. They just don't look like the Buccaneers,
Aaron
and the
Donald's
Packers.
still akimbo wielding helmets and
the Rams, the Packers, and the Buccaneers, they just don't look focused. They looked like they came into the season too cocky that they were going to be the top dogs in the NFC. And we see teams like the Eagles, the Seahawks,
the Jets,
and the Vikings. I was just talking NFC.
I still think that
those teams are fighting hard, and the Cowboys and the Giants are fighting hard.
Okay, this whole season so far, who would you say is the biggest surprise?
Giants. I had them pegged as like one of the bottom 5 teams.
I would argue the Jets.
No, I thought the Jets were going to be a 500 team. So I can't say the Jets in my opinion. I would say either the Giants or the Seahawks are my 2 biggest surprises this year. Because I had the Seahawks as one of the worst teams and the Giants as one of the bottom 5.
Okay, I will agree with you. I would say Seahawks.
Yeah.
Biggest surprise. Would you agree?
I'd probably say Falcons.
No.
The Falcons were pretty much even.
Okay, that they're already at 3 wins, yes.
Yes.
Can
they keep it up?
Probably not.
We'll see. Who do the Falcons play?
For me, it's
Falcons play the Panthers this week. Then they play the Chargers. Then they play the Panthers again. Then the Bears. Okay.
Well, then how about this?
Then the Commies.
We looked at
Falcons
this. I remember looked at this last week.
We did look at this last week.
But how about this set of Falcons when I narrow it down and go, Arthur Smith is a good head coach.
He's a great head. Him and Brian Daboll are proving that, hey, they were better hires than we initially thought that they were going to be.
Also, I think this year...
And Robert Saleh as well.
I think this year proves that Pete Carroll's a better coach than we thought.
Yeah, Russell Wilson was holding them back.
I was literally just about thinking about that. I was like, would the Seahawks team be in the same position this year if they had Russell Wilson?
No,
I don't think that they would.
No, because Geno Smith doesn't
care what part of the offense he is. He just wants to win.
Geno
games.
Smith literally just does whatever he can to win the game.
Geno has something to prove. Is
Not
what it
even
is.
that. I just think Geno will listen
to
to
be part
Pete
of it.
Carroll when Pete Carroll says, "Look, the check down and the drag route will always be open. Throw the check down or the drag
I
route."
think
like
Geno
that
Smith's
verse.
going to get a Subway sandwich.
I think though that I think Geno Smith playing as well as he is partially due to the fact that there's pretty much no pressure on him.
No, zero.
No one thought they were going to be good, but also I think it's the fact that he's like almost 30. I think he's like 27 or something.
He's older than that. He's like 32.
Yeah, so Geno's been in the league for a while. He's been on a couple teams. I'm sure he's picked up.
He was drafted by the Jets. He was then on the
Giants.
Giants. He was on the Giants and he's on the Seahawks. Those are 3 teams.
That's it, really?
Yeah,
He was a blue chip prospect. He was drafted like what, number 3 overall, I think.
not that high.
He was drafted pretty high.
But he's someone that he's proving right now that he may not be.
He was drafted number 39 overall.
All right. Well, I forgot
See,
the number 9.
But it's saying that he may not be. He's obviously not the best athletically, but he's proving right now that he knows the game.
He's also proving that the system itself is good for him.
Yeah.
That Pete Carroll's system is one of the better systems for him. That the run first, the check down offense that if
It's
you can
just
make
smart
the
football.
it's
It's
smart
smart
football.
football.
If you can throw the big throw, make the big throw. But if
And
it's
you
not
have
there,
DK Metcalf to go
and
down
Tyler
there
Lockett
to go down there and make
and
those
Bo
plays.
Melton,
Mhm.
they have a good offense.
That's the thing. Their receiving core is so good to where if you're doing the check down, just like the Dolphins, you can do check downs every play.
Yeah.
You have Tyreek Hill do a curl route or a slant pretty much or a drag every play and then have everyone else just streak.
Yeah.
I mean, you'll have no
15, 20 yards to play.
Yeah.
So when you have talent like that, the best thing to do as a quarterback is just get the ball into your playmaker's hands. Doesn't matter how far downfield that is, because in reality, when you're that good, they're so good after the catch. Just like that's what the Niners do with like Debo and George Kittle.
Yeah, and now with CMC probably.
Yeah, probably.
Well, I think it's
for like 2
I
games.
think for the 49ers though, it's not as much as the passes that are made or the checkdowns or anything. I think
more
it's
than-
just the plays in general.
Their run
Just-
concepts are wild.
The run concepts, just the trickery is kind of like with Andy Reid.
Yep.
Just the creativity is something that, and that's why I've said it multiple times off camera to Dominic watching the Dolphins play and stuff like that. It's like, it's nice to see them like a few years ago whenever they ran just the Wildcat. And they basically almost made the playoffs, just running the Wildcat every year because no one knows what you're going to do.
That's the best part about them getting Josh McDaniels is literally it's going to be a possibly better version of the 49ers offense. Mike McDaniels, yeah. Sorry, it's going to be Mike McDaniels, and it might quite possibly be a better version of the 49ers offense because you have weapons like Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, Mike Gesicki, and stuff like that. Mike Gritty, Mike Gritty
Gesicki.
Mike Gritty Gesicki.
And they got decent enough running back.
I'm excited because across a lot of sports, specifically the NHL, a lot of the players and big names that I saw growing up are starting to retire. Mm-hmm. And eventually in the NFL, it's going to be the same. With not only players, which are going like Big Ben and stuff like that, but also coaches. Like Bill Belichick's got 3, 4, 5 years max.
Yeah, him,
left.
Pete Carroll,
Andy Reid. There's going to be
Sean Payton,
and all of the new coaches that are coming into the league, aka Shanahan and McDaniels. They're very creative. Almost like they run an Andy Reid style, but it's more creative.
Oh yeah,
and they know how to use their weapons for what they're good at, and I'm very excited to see this new generation that comes in because I feel like as the coaches are getting younger and closer to our age, the playmaking and play calling is becoming so much more creative and also sophisticated. Sophisticated but creative, and still drawing so many ideas now from the college game.
Yeah,
because they realize that that's what they're. Maybe that's why quarterbacks have such a hard time transitioning to the NFL. You can be such a baller in college. Like, obviously, the defenses and everything are so much better.
Yeah.
But it's that you're throwing them into situations and offensive schemes that are so unfamiliar to them and stuff that they've never run. And I think coaches now are realizing that, hey, this is what they've played for 4 years. These are the players I have around them. Let me see if I can make this work. And they're simplifying the offense.
Yeah.
They're complicating the defense, simplifying the offense. And I think it'll be really interesting to see kind of how that balances out.
What's happening is if you look at Lincoln Riley and USC, a lot of what his offense is, it's a lot of he runs like 6 or 7 different concepts when in the passing game, which is not a whole lot of concepts. But he does it out of like 72 different looks.
Oh yeah.
So you can the flood concept is a flood concept, but when you different.
I mean, you can have a trips concept. I mean, you can have like 100 different concepts of just different routes that you run with the trips.
Yeah. So.
But yeah, I think that was a very successful sport ball podcast.
Yeah. And I know we've been saying that thing for the past 2 weeks or whatever, but we're next episode we're trying to get at least four or five people on.
Well, it's just schedules are weird. I mean, October. I literally think October is the busiest month of the year for anybody in general.
Well, I think
besides like December.
I think it's also that we record on Tuesdays.
It's hard for people to get here on
So
Tuesdays.
it's a bit of an awkward day, but I think it's the best day because it's we watch Monday Night Football. It's the end of the week. Uploaded by Wednesday. It's like a good
push it out on Wednesdays.
Yeah. So, but yeah, we'll try to get some more people on next week. We obviously love Ryan coming out, dude. We love.
We're hoping Ryan becomes a consistent member of the team. I mean, he's got some great analytics for us.
I feel like we're definitely looking for like a third consistent person.
Yeah.
Because I think having just two. I mean, if there was ever a podcast, I feel like it was just me and Dominic, it'd probably be like a 30-minute podcast.
Maybe. I mean, we would have a long conversation about football, but that's about it.
Yeah.
We love having Ryan on the Sports Ball podcast. But we're definitely going to try to have at least more than just us three. So next week we're looking forward to hopefully bringing Chase back and TK back. Jordy has expressed his interest in coming back as well. The boys are heading to Martinsville this weekend. Aaron and TK are going to be live there in Martinsville. We'll try to get some film up there for you. We did not mention it, but our broom ball team did win this weekend.
First dog.
This week on Monday
First
night.
dog.
So throughout the podcast, I might throw some highlights in there.
TK got another goal, and our buddy Nick got a hat trick.
Yeah,
so.
Nick got a hat trick. So very good game there for us. So yeah.
Yeah.
Sport ball.
Sport ball.
Sport ball.